Well, hello everybody. Welcome to the show today. Of course, here on Drone Recorder, we're doing a One Piece, a very, very popular manga that became into an anime that has gone on for 20 years, and the guy's finally wrapping it up. Had the 1,000th episode here recently, so a lot of people enjoy this. My kids watched this growing up, which meant I had to watch it. I wasn't a huge fan, but then again, I don't really like pirates very much, Jeff. Do you like pirates?
Har!
So he does.
No, I don't
Uh,
like pirates.
no, I never cared much for pirates, but my kids loved it. So I've certainly had One
Malian.
Piece paraphernalia all about the house, when they were growing up. Uh,
Har.
but the general concept of the manga, or I just guess we'll stick to the anime, is the fact that there's our main character. His name is Luffy, which is an odd name. And his father, I guess, was in search of the mythical One Piece that did something. Not sure exactly what it did.
Aren't we all?
Yes, and he eventually put together a crew going looking for that One Piece. I hope someone today can tell me what the One Piece actually does, but whatever. But there's some magic involved in this because there's a fruit. Yeah, the theme continues, Eric. There's a piece of fruit that if you eat, it gives you random magical abilities, superhero abilities. Ones might say, and that's probably the main appeal because some of the fight scenes in it are actually quite good. The rest of it was pretty silly to me, but it's a kids thing, so why would I like it? But yeah, it's a weird little show, and hopefully today somebody in the chat will help me out. But the series, like I said, has been going on a very long time. He's like a captain now, I guess. He's got his crew. His crew are quite voluptuous, I would say. Wouldn't you say that, Jeff?
Shiver me timbers.
Yes, lots of
Har.
timbers and shivering. And there's one lady, what you see there in the back, with the very nice brassiere on, and she can create many, many hands. Which I just feel that there's a better use for her skill than she does with it. I just personally, anyway. Um, but of course, here's the classic
Har.
crew. You got, I don't know her name, but she can make many hands here on the left. You got Zorro, I mean, literally, and he fights with a sword in each hand. He's a Florentine fighter, for the accurate term there. And he fights with one in his mouth, too, which doesn't make sense, but cool. Luffy is Mr. Reed Richards, basically, with eventually titanium skin. So that's a good combination.
Who's Slash in the background there?
He came later. He wasn't original, but he's like a Bruce Lee type character. I forget what the girl does. I don't think she has a power. I think she's just the annoying bitchy girl because you always got to have one. And then you have this guy who's like an archer, but he's also like a thief or something. I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah, gosh.
This is
So you
your
might-
crew.
So you've never
So you-
watched it, have you?
Yeah.
So you
no,
might,
I have watched it.
huh? You might say that some of those girls are there to raise the missing mast.
That basically is what they're there for, and I appreciate that. That's fine. Here's Luffy putting his metal skin on. But like I said, I basically saw it inadvertently because it was, my kids were watching it, and I always pay attention what the kids were watching, But it's very, very popular, though. That's for damn sure. But let me come over here and say hello to the artists, and we'll start with Amron. How you doing today, Amron?
I'm doing fine.
Yeah. How is the the calamity in Australia working out?
Yeah, Melbourne is like a complete hellscape right now, but I'm in Queensland and it's all good. It's all fine, more or less. They opened the borders, and we've already got the. They already got a bit of the. What do they call it? The Omicron.
Refugee.
More
Omicron.
than meets the eye.
Yeah, so but everything is pretty much normal. You're not friggin' attacked by police for not wearing a mask up here. They don't care.
Well, yeah, no, it's
You can walk around in public without a mask. You can. It's
Yeah, no, it's pretty insane.
They recommend
what
it,
they're
but
doing.
yeah, it's,
and it's weird that they don't even recognize what they look like, right? But that's the problem with the wokeists. But nevertheless, always happy to have you here, Amron. Do you know anything about One Piece at all?
yeah. I watched most of it, about just a little more than half of it. I have the
Cool.
box sets because I said one day, what the hell? I'll just get them all and watch them.
So here's my
Back to back.
question then. How close
Yeah.
to accurate was I from the corner of my eye, which was basically how I watched it? Was I close?
Yeah. Yeah, close.
That was close. Yeah, that's pretty good. Seeing as most of the time I'm sitting there typing at the computer, because we use this room as kind of our den type of thing, and that's where the kids grew
Yeah.
up in this room and stuff.
The girls you mentioned that are just like eye candy. They do have some deep storylines, deep
that's good.
characterization with those. So yeah.
Well, there's no way
Very
it could last 20 years without having good storylines. I mean, it's kind of impossible.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but what now? The one girl who can create the many hands through. I don't know exactly how the power works, but they're coming through some kind of umbral sheet. But what about the other one, the bitchy bossy one? What does she have power?
The
Or is she
ginger?
just normal? Yeah, the ginger. Yeah.
The ginger one? Yeah, she can control bubbles or something.
Oh my god,
Like water bubbles.
that's perfect.
Yeah.
I bet Chester
Yeah,
knows
you
a
know
girl
that
who
last
She
year.
steals blow
has a
bubbles.
staff that she could shoot bubbles from.
I've definitely known girls that can do all kinds.
Actually,
of
I think
interesting shit
I
with
think it's
bubbles.
just like like a staff she has that shoots bubbles.
Oh, so
That
maybe
slows
it's
Chester
Yeah.
down pretty
There's
soon.
more to it than that. She also has a giant cloud now.
Oh, does she? Okay, they've improved her.
Which is a
Yes.
Yeah,
Which
she's
is
like
like mega
weather.
lightning
She can
damage.
control the weather, pretty much.
Yeah,
Well,
basically.
You know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And bubbles.
here's
Control the
th-
weather
here's
bubbles.
the thing though, Jeff.
Yeah.
I actually worked at a strip club where there was a girl. Get this, her name was Bubbles, and she
doesn't
actually
surprise me,
it
no.
was amazing. And she'd take that kind of oily lotion that they make the bubbles out, and she put it in a certain area, and she blew bubbles.
Oh my god.
It was
I didn't need to
impressive.
know that.
No, it's impressive. I was
I
going to call
really
Ripley's.
did not need to know that.
Weeping, was she?
Yeah, no, I mean, I don't know how she did it. Someone needs to
Farted.
help me out with it.
It's called a queef.
Yeah, I guess that's what she was doing, but I mean, on command, damn. I mean, those are usually things. Well, anyway, we won't get into that conversation. But thank you very much, Amron, for coming. And any idea on which character you're going to do? There's a lot of
Why
them.
did you have to go? Why did you have to go there,
there's-
Chester?
there's
I'm sorry.
50, 60 characters. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot. Yeah, there's a ton. Actually, I think my son's favorite was the guy that's kind of like a cyborg. He's a big, gigantic truck-looking thing.
Yeah, Frankie.
Yeah, Frankie, that's his name.
Funny.
Yeah. But there are many to choose. We'll see.
Which is
Eric,
my name.
is it? Oh, hi, Frankie. I don't feel like you're a Frankie. I feel like you're like a Fred. No?
That's
Okay.
better than a
People
Barney.
can sometimes accidentally call me that. Yeah, sometimes. Yeah.
Well, you feel like
Or
a Fred.
Craig. Or Craig. This is the
Why?
way I say it. Like Frank.
Oh, I see.
When I
It's
say
spelled-
Frank, and they go Craig, no, Frank.
It's spelled Craig, but it's pronounced Frankie.
That's fair enough. Yeah, fair enough. So, Eric, do you have any idea at all about this show?
Nope. At least I've heard of this one.
You have. Now you got little ones running around. Being a grandpa and all. Do any of them watch One Piece?
The only one that I know that does would be the oldest grandchild, who is 17. He probably watches some anime and manga. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, like I said, the only reason I know anything about it is because it's not something I would watch on my own, but it's my kids watched it, so quite religiously. My daughter is the real anime lover. I mean, she's she's an anime otaku, I would say. But her complaint about One Piece, because she did have a big complaint, was that the art in the manga is fantastic, but the art on the show was bad, and that was her big gripe about it. But she said the same thing about Attack on Titan as well, though. So I don't know. She's pretty strict about those things. But nevertheless, there are so many characters, dude. Just pick one.
I see that. Yeah.
Yeah. And
Like
those
father,
pictures
like
I showed
daughter.
you, that main 5, or 6, that's the crew. That's the main crew. And they also have a ship.
I like
Eric.
the skeleton face dude.
Oh yeah, that dude. He's like, I forget his deal. He's kind of weird though.
Yeah, he looks
Yeah,
kind of weird.
he
Just yeah, he's dead.
yeah he ate like a fruit that turned him into death, sort of thing. It
Yeah.
made him like immortal. Yeah,
Yeah, that's
and
it.
yeah,
They
a
they
skeleton.
they eat fruits, and it gives them
Yeah,
superpowers. You have to understand. Yeah,
yeah.
And keeps them regular.
and that's right. That's right. Yeah.
And there's only one of each fruit, and if they die, the fruit reappears somewhere where someone could take that ability.
Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's pretty interesting. Now, of course, today we got our rabbit with us. Now, rabbit, this is your choice, and I think it's a good choice. Actually, it is very popular. What character are you going to put down today?
I don't know. I'm not sure. Maybe I'll do Trafalgar. I might even just draw Chopper, just because why not?
Well, I'm hoping someone
Really?
does Luffy. I mean, he is the main character.
I might do Luffy. I might. I'm not sure. We'll see how. Well,
I think
decide
I've
to.
seen
He's
you
hard to
do a
draw.
Luffy before, though, haven't I?
I've not done any One Piece pictures.
He's
ever,
the main
actually.
character, but he is difficult to draw correctly.
Is he? Oh.
Oh
Yeah.
man, that's the one I was going to try to draw.
Well,
I'm
depends how
going to
you
go with
draw
this
it.
Boa Hancock.
How is that different from a roofie?
Oh, I think there's some little bit of psychology going on there, Jeff. Well, anyway,
Guy asked
so
Bill
we're
Cosby about that.
yeah, that's true.
Well,
Yeah, a roofie that he told the girls was a roofie, and they agreed to take it. Yeah. But anyway, you go to jail for that, I guess. Nevertheless, thank you guys for coming in. I'm going to go over here to hit that share button. Hopefully, those that are you who are watching will do the same. But let's get these guys started, Jeff.
Okay. You get them started.
God damn
Oh,
it, Jeff.
you want me to get them started? Okay, so you guys ready? Ready? Okay, ready? Okay.
Oh God.
3, 2, 1 piece.
Okay,
Three,
you want
two,
to count?
one
Do
piece.
you want to count down?
Well, you could have done something clever like Eric did, But
Hey,
I don't have
clever.
high
Hey, man.
expectations. It's okay.
Clever ain't my style.
Fair enough. Aw. But anyway, of course, you guys know we're going to run for 2 hours. We'll put a straw poll up at the end, I guess. I don't know. We got a small number of artists here. It doesn't really matter. But we're just going to more have ourselves a chat about various things today while these guys draw One Piece is kind of the idea. I am sharing this right now. I hope you guys do the same. And we already got a bunch of people in here. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. And I'm kind of curious to see what the conversation is going to be about this because, like I said, One Piece is pretty popular. It's been around a long time. I just don't know how much of an impact it had on the West, though, Rabbit.
I've been watching it since it first started.
So, okay, so it's been around. That's cool. We got Lady Celtic Moon in here. Hello. We got Ethereal Dragon. Nice. He says ciao. We got Spencer Tunes. Hello. We got Chibi Joshua. Oh, it's a new Joshua. That's nice. We have a lot of Joshuas here, Jeff. Just so you know.
Cool. Always good to have lots of Joshuas.
It is.
No.
Yeah. And I'm glad you
The
didn't.
Joshua thing.
Yeah, Joshua
Oh.
things, and we don't need
Demographic.
we don't need
The
trees.
Joshua demographic.
That's we don't need those trees. Though.
True.
But he says, "Come on, bro. You have to give the show a chance. You only need to watch 300 episodes for it to get good." Alrighty. Fair enough. Spencer says, "I'd be joining, but I have a headache." Uh oh.
hang on.
That's usually the ladies' thing to say, Spencer. Okay. We get Larry in here. Hi, Larry. How you doing? You come in here and chat with us if you like, Larry. We got John
Larry.
Chedester.
You know you want to.
Yeah, you know you do. Chedester says Luffy is a pain to draw, but can totally get some epic drawings with it. Oh, that's cool. Yeah. Well, like I said, I don't know anything about it really per se, but my daughter, and she showed me the difference. She really loves the art in the manga compared to what it ended up on the screen. But then again, when you're making so many episodes so quickly, you kind of gotta have a shorthand with it. I would assume. Anybody here done any kind of animation work?
I don't work.
No, so that was no.
No.
All right. I kind of
They're
wonder
you
though.
gotta give them a minute. They're concentrating hard at their
That's
craft.
not true. Yeah, no. I imagine though, Jeff, that drawing and illustrating something like panels for a comic book and doing and an actual animation paneling that it seems like it'd be similar, but it might be different.
Well, I think it's because you're only dealing with one picture as opposed to many.
Sure, that's true. But don't they have like computers?
That's just a guess.
Well, yeah, but you're a computer guy. Don't they have computers these days that kind of let you just create like a wireframe model and then you can
Yeah.
kind of run them through engines and stuff?
Yeah, and matter of fact, I was listening. Doug Naples the live stream on his Discord, and he was talking about the difference between the early Simpsons, the one that showed up on. I'm drawing a blank on her name.
Tracy
showed up
Ullman.
on Tracy Ullman show.
Oh yeah, Tracy.
Which were the hand-drawn Simpsons compared to now, which are computer animated sequences, and the kind of like the raw art versus the very refined form. It's like the first South Park where they were using cutouts,
Literally,
actual
yeah.
cutouts, and animating them frame by frame, as opposed to now where it's all kind of done. It's all kind of done, sort of generated.
Yeah.
And how there's a big difference in the art, and how some people prefer the more stylized and rougher version of it.
Yeah, no, I
So,
can
I
understand
think-
both sides of that conversation actually. My kids, for instance, and I've heard other people here say the same thing. They don't care for the CG art, is what my kids call it.
Yeah.
Or they call it FSR over here in Japan, but you know what I mean, the CG art. Me, I don't. It doesn't always bother me. Sometimes it does, but not always. I'm okay with it. But
Yeah. I'm big into making sure that it's entertaining and the story is good, and I don't have more than 2 or 3 eye rolls per episode.
yeah, no, that's true.
Seems like every episode, everything coming out now has at least 4 or 5 eye rolls that I have to once I get past the 4th eye roll, I have to turn it off.
Yeah, that's unfortunate, isn't it? I watched an anime called Ajin, and I
Mhm.
liked it quite a bit because I don't like silly stuff in my animation, and most Japanese stuff has silly stuff, but this one didn't. I really enjoyed it, but it's all kind of CG art, which I thought was well done. My kids can't stand it, so.
Yeah.
Sometimes it can be good. The Blade Runner Black Lotus, that's
Oh,
good.
I love
That's
that.
CG.
That was great. That's all CG too. Yeah, right.
Yeah. They say sometimes it's done well, sometimes it's done awful, and most of the time they use it because it's just budget and cheap.
That was
when it's
really
bad.
good though, dude.
Yeah, that was. Yeah.
That was great, dude. I enjoyed that quite a bit. Another one I liked was it was set in Australia. It was dealing with some kind of was a Pacific Rim Into the Black. That's what it was. And that was set in Australia. The monsters have won and they've kind of taken the planet and they're just trying to survive. That was really cool. Did you guys see that?
Yeah, I think that's on That's a Netflix exclusive, isn't it?
Yeah, I didn't watch it. I saw it came out. Yeah, I think
no.
it was Netflix.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
that's all CG too. But it's really, really cool and it's well done. I mean, now there's an example that you have once again another female lead, of course, but it's just the story, and it was great.
Yeah. I kind of like I stylistically like the Castlevania. This is probably one of the few mangas I ever watched. Magna, whatever.
You're talking about
So,
the recent Netflix Castlevania.
Yeah, the recent
wasn't bad.
Netflix Castlevania, but I mean the story sucked. So
Wow.
I couldn't very well go back for season 2 because it went from a crappy story into a really crappy story.
I would say
in a blink of an eye.
I think it got better though.
I was going to say I thought it got better. But...
Yeah, no, when they brought in the Arabic guy and his, he's a bad guy, but they brought in his storyline, and when the prince there was trying to be normal, I mean, it got better. It got more interesting. But I see what you're saying, and there was an interesting style. Recently, there was a Witcher animation that came on, and that's certainly using some of that CG art, that generated art.
Mhm.
I haven't seen that though. Anybody seen that?
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. It was sort of like a prequel to Geralt's
So Geralt, so it's
story.
way back in history then. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's neat. Yeah, I've been wanting to check it out. I just haven't got around to it. And of course, The Witcher is coming out here in December, I think. The season, what, 3 is it? I guess 2, whatever.
2.
So I'm sure some people will be
Yeah,
excited
I
about
watched
that. I hopefully we'll see more of Henry Cavill because he was pretty cool. But
Oh yeah, he's in it.
yeah,
if
he
it
was in the
wasn't for
first season
if it
too.
wasn't for Henry Cavill, that show would have just flopped hard.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
why I think it's cheating because he barely
Casting,
is
yeah.
in the damn series, dude. It's all about Yennefer,
Yeah.
which I don't mind. I thought they did her story pretty well. I thought it was fine. But it's not a Witcher story. I mean, spoilers. Yennefer's not a Witcher. Yeah.
Yeah.
But they got Cersei in it now, which I'm sure they got to go through her training to become a Witcher and all that kind of stuff, right?
Well, it looks like in the
Probably.
trailer. There'll be other twists to it. It depends because they're doing the books more than the
it's not
games,
a-
aren't they? So.
Only males, witches.
I thought Cersei was a
Who's-
Witcher.
No,
I've been
Cersei.
told no, Jeff.
In the series, once again,
They're
don't know until-
sorceresses. They're not witches. They're like a part of a magic guild sort of thing, and they're all female.
Mhm.
And they're
you
all
won't
like,
know. You won't know until the episodes come out because they could probably change all that.
yeah, probably. Yeah.
I just made an assumption. I thought she was a Witcher. I didn't know. Because I don't know the
No,
world.
they're
I
not.
didn't play the games.
But the female characters in the series, they're not witches. They're sorceresses.
yeah.
Okay.
They're like a part of a group of they become advisors to like royalty.
Sure. No, I saw the show, the season.
Yeah.
So Cersei is going to be like Yennefer. Yeah.
Probably, yeah. She's
Oh.
probably one of because there's a whole heap in the original storylines. So
Oh, I see. But I seem to recall my son was playing the video game, the third one, the Wild Hunt, I think it was called. I seem to remember Cersei training with Geralt at the broken down Witcher training castle.
oh, you talk okay, yeah. It's her name's not Cersei. I was like, it's Cersei. Who are you talking about from Game of Thrones?
Yeah, I thought her name was Cersei. What's her name?
No, it's something else. I can't. It's on the tip of my tongue, but I know who you
It's
mean. She's sort of like
Ciri?
They give her Siri. That's it.
Yeah.
Sounds
Yeah,
close.
they give her witcher. They do train her as a witcher, but I don't think she becomes like a mutant because she's already got like inbuilt innate abilities.
Well, isn't she like Geralt's kid or something like that?
No, she's like someone else's kid.
East Chester, come on. Do you watch
They
it or
can't
not?
have children.
Yeah, come on, Chester.
Yeah, get with
Get
it.
with the program, man.
Sorry.
Get embarrassing, man.
Whatever. I read Michael Moorcock's Elric. I don't need no stupid Witcher. Thank you. All right. Take
You don't
that.
need your stupid Witcher, man.
Yeah.
You got my own stuff.
We got Rose over here. Rose, you can come in and draw with us. Matter of fact, I should probably just start showing the art directly, and here I am doing it. Let's see here.
Yes, Rose, please come in. Please come in and draw.
Oh yeah, we're doing One Piece if you'd like.
Wait a second.
The last season of
Was
Lost,
I begging too loudly?
a little bit, yeah. The last
Okay.
season of Lost in Space came out yesterday. Why it should have been canceled after the first episode. I don't know why we're doing any more of that. Talk about a horrible take on Lost in Space. My God, dude. It's so noisy. Did you guys see the new reboot of Lost in Space?
No, yeah, I watched it. I kind of enjoyed it for what it was.
Eh.
A little space adventure.
Well, I
But, yeah.
remember the original one. So,
Lost in Space, it is not.
Yes.
No.
no. And it's kind of weird.
Oh, my aching back.
Yeah, right.
Oh, the
I mean,
pain, the pain of it all.
well, and I miss him. He was such an important character. But it's like, if they want
They
to make
turn it
a
into a
thing
woman.
that is homaged or coming, they've been inspired by a thing, well, then make a new thing. Go right ahead. But why do they have to constantly bastardize everything? I mean, what was his name? It's not Dr. Zayas.
Zachary Smith.
Zachary
Dr.
Smith.
Smith.
Zachary Smith.
Yeah, Zayas was Planet of the Apes, I think.
Planet of the Apes, yeah.
But
big difference. One's
a little
Simi
bit,
and the other's
a little bit. But
lots of hair.
he was such an important character, though, right?
Yes, I mean he was the comic relief.
He was
Although
great.
if you watch the black and white, he was very much a sinister personality.
Yes.
And I think it didn't test well with the audiences, so they made him, the Zachary Smith that we are known
Comically evil, yes.
Yeah.
But whatever.
Oh, my
'Cause the new-
aching back.
Because the new one is all super woke and shit. And it doesn't follow
God.
the thinking at all. Yeah, it's weird. But once again, it's kind of the world we live in, I guess. There is no potion to mutate them, Lady Celtic Moon says. This is more education for me on The Witcher. Okay. I do know that One Piece, everyone eats the fruits, though. And they don't make potions either. They just eat the fruit.
Whole fruit, yeah.
Yeah, it's a weird-looking fruit, too. It looks kind of like a dragon.
You eat it, you get a power, but then you can't swim in the ocean anymore.
Yeah, like Luffy. He dies if he's put in water, yeah. This indestructible
Because, you
thing.
shouldn't go swimming not long after you've eaten.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. No, that's true. And Luffy is
my
way overpowered.
My material is flopping today.
That's okay. Okay. It'll be all right.
If you call him overpowered, because he gets his ass kicked quite often. He's nowhere near
Yeah.
as powerful as the things he's fighting at the minute.
All his opponents are very powerful in their own right, so it's not like
Sure.
he's OP and just defeats them in seconds like in some
No,
newer
he's not
animes.
Mary Sue, that's true. He's not, no.
He's not Katniss Everdeen, no.
However, the one thing I did appreciate about One Piece, though, with Luffy specifically, and the other powers, Japanese, when they do superpowers, they look at it from a different angle than we in the West do, and they come up with some very interesting ways to use the power that Western comic creators or animation creators don't think of. That's cool. The way that they use Luffy's abilities, or even the girl with the many hands, or what have you, it's very different, and that I did appreciate quite a bit, actually. I thought that was cool. Because, I mean, Reed Richards, we've seen him. He's, or Plastic Man. Of course, he's different the way he works. But we've seen Reed Richards, and he doesn't use his powers anywhere near as cool as Luffy does. And it's the same power. I mean, right? Anybody? No? Well, he's not Plastic Man, though.
Yes, Chester, you're right.
Thank you.
Can't tell you. I don't know.
But I think so. And he's not
You are
Plastic Man.
so
Plastic
right,
Man is
Chester.
different, Zach. Plastic Man can take on any shape. He's a shapeshifter more than he is a plastic guy. Luffy is much more Reed Richards with metal, the ability to make his skin metal or hard. I mean, that's what he is. Yeah. Plastic Man is he can do
It's
all
not
kinds of
Luffy's
things.
power, though. That's just a power that exists in the world that other people can do. Metal.
I'd say he's a bit of a hard guy, right?
Yeah, a little bit. And he's constantly and desperately in search of food at every second, and he doesn't care about the half-naked women around him at all.
He's a typical shonen hero.
Yeah, which is weird, because there are some hot babes around him, and he doesn't drool at all. I think he might be gay.
Oh, that's possible.
I think it's very
His
possible.
name is Luffy.
Yeah, I know.
Could be that he's just not interested. There's just some people like that.
And some people are like that. I have to say, I do remember, I think this was pretty early in the storyline. I'm not sure. But I do remember that there was a storyline where he met up with his brother, who also had eaten the fruit. And his brother was like a fire guy, I think. His brother was pretty cool. That was a cool character. He was badass. And then he died, I think. Spoilers.
It's not. I mean, that happened a long time ago.
That's what I said.
You
I think it was pretty
freaking
early.
ruined it for me now.
Oh God, no. Alan says plastic ministry.
I'll
futures
never
before
be
King.
able to. I'll never be able to watch it again.
No, yeah, I know you're not really missing anything. But my main point is he's a stretchy guy. Yeah, I was just being an asshole, Zach. Haven't you guys caught on to this yet? People are a little bit slow, Jeff.
Yeah,
I was spoiled by because of the video games. There was like a couple of video games. The Pirate Warriors.
Oh, okay.
That's how I got it. Yeah, that's how I got into it. The Dynasty Warriors ripoffs, the spin-offs, where it's like One Piece themed.
Oh, I played that. I got the one on the Wii that was like an adventure game.
Yeah, I played that to death and said, "Yeah, I have to watch this now."
And
Well-
then you're screwed because it's so long.
It is crazy popular though, dude. It really is.
It's good. It's enjoyable.
It's still around today. People still wear shirts, t-shirts, and you can still see merchandise all over. And like I said, it's one of the longest lasting ones I've ever seen. I mean, it's 20 years that thing's been banging around. And you know,
90s.
Dragon Ball every now and then will come out with some new series, but it doesn't sell merchandise like it did way back. Yeah, I can't think of anything that has the staying power aside from the kiddie stuff like Doraemon and Sazai and those kind of things. But those are like our Saturday morning cartoons, Sesame Street. Those eternal things.
Sesame Street.
Well, Sesame Street wants kids to get vaccinated. This is clear.
The original Muppet Show is better.
The
Way
original
better.
Muppet Show was freaking.
Way better. I don't
Yeah,
make them like
yeah.
that no more.
Nah, it's unfortunate, man. They came back with this weird Muppet Show again.
I
But
know.
it was creepy and weird. It was like, what? Who the hell made that shit?
Yep. You know, the worse it gets, the more you begin to long for the days when they actually had censors and standards on television.
Yeah, it is better to make things for a general audience when you're dealing with TV. I would agree. Yeah.
Well, even so, this is an interesting thing. Back in the 70s, they had censors. There's only certain things you could do. And you know what came out of there during that time? You had movies like
pregnancy?
The Night Stalker, Night Strangler, those were huge hits at the time.
Night Stalker was really good. Yeah.
Mary
Kolchak.
Tyler Moore,
Oh, yeah.
Carol Burnett.
Oh yeah.
These are all these shows that had this long-lasting, and they're still funny to this very day.
Oh, Carol Burnett was hilarious, dude.
Yeah. And then once you started getting past 2000, I mean the shows are like not memorable. They're not interesting at all.
No, they're
And
not as fun. That is true. I did
Yeah.
see two modern things that are, modern hit sitcoms. One was called Big Bang Theory, and the other
Yeah.
one was called The Modern Family or Modern Family or
Oh, yeah, Modern Family.
something like that.
Yeah, I watched
Those
that.
shows
They're-
ruined
That's
sitcoms.
so
honest.
forgettable.
Yeah,
Even so, like you're talking like the X-Files, the major
that was a good
shows
show.
that you can think of. I mean, there's only like a couple that I can think of that had any sort of staying power. One of them was the X-Files, and when they tried to bring that back, it was a freaking disaster.
Yeah, no, that was bad. Yeah, it's just the sensibility is different. My family loved Big Bang Theory and Modern Family. They watched it a lot. I wasn't the hugest fan. Although I did get a chuckle a couple times. I have to give it that. Big Bang Theory, there was a couple of chuckles on that, but Modern Family had more chuckles. Particularly with Ed O'Neill. I mean, Jesus Christ, dude. But it was more of his irreverence for modern stupidity, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
But I wasn't a huge fan of it. But like I said, my family loved them. So
Mhm.
I don't know. But then again, another Ed O'Neill show, which I thought was absolutely uproarious, was Married with Children.
Yep. And I didn't particularly like it, but I mean the thing had staying power.
Yeah.
And it was like that whole lineup, the Married with Children and The Simpsons, and there was one or two others on Fox that had had long-term success.
Yeah. Well,
They were interesting. They were funny and they were interesting.
they were, and a Modern Family. It's kind of working on the same trope. For maybe I was just a little bored with it because I've seen that thing so many times. I was a bit surprised though because I know that because it had gay couples in it, that it was being promoted and supported by the mass media. They were done so stereotypically though. You would think that
Yep.
would have made them mad.
Well, probably did a few people, but
Yeah.
there's only so much you can get out of the major entertainment industry writing these days.
That's fair. Although they were probably the two most interesting characters aside from Ed O'Neill, though.
Yeah.
They did
I
have some
remember,
funny moments.
remember Sarah Silverman on the Comedy Central
Who?
had a show that was so awful. I mean, it wasn't funny at all. It was just horrible. I
Sarah
don't
who?
think that lasted. Sarah Silverman.
Um,
Yeah,
that
it's probably just
sounds
as well you don't know
very
her.
familiar.
Yeah, it's probably just as well you don't know her. She's still not funny.
Some Jew girl, right?
Yeah, she's Jewish.
Oh, boy.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
She
Oh,
married
no.
to Jimmy Kimmel at one time?
Oh, that
Probably.
useless
Dating?
piece of hunk. Yeah. No, I do remember her. I talked about her just the other day. She's that she absolutely hates men. That one?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. That wouldn't surprise me.
Well, I've never found her to be very funny. Her partner in crime in that thing we were talking about, that Santa Inc. Seth
Yeah.
Rogen has never made me laugh either. However, he
No.
can act occasionally. So I mean, he's
Yeah.
not useless.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of Seth Rogen either. He's
No,
kind of
he's kind of meh. It's like Will
yeah,
Ferrell. Meh.
Yeah. He's a one-note symphony. So
Yeah, no, that's true. He
He's
does
got-
do one thing, but he's
got one shtick, and that's it.
Well, I remember seeing him in a movie where it was the end of the world. It was the apocalypse, and he was
Yeah, I
with
saw that. This is the end.
Is that what is it called? Is that what it's called? But he was
Yeah, I
with
think
that
that's called-
other Franco, something Franco.
Yeah, James Franco.
Yeah,
Oh God, there's a whole bunch of them. James
and the
Franco.
little masturbating fat boy, whatever his name is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why are you laughing, Eric? You understand exactly what I mean. I am very descriptive.
I know it's very good. Very
Yeah.
good.
But my point being is, I didn't mind that. That was entertaining.
I thought it was kind of dumb.
Well, it was supposed to be, wasn't it?
Yeah, but I guess I was looking for more. There were some interesting parts, but for the most part, I didn't like it.
Well, I love the 30-foot tall Satan. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, that was actually kind of interesting.
Yeah. Alan says, I don't know why
As far as the
Alan's not
CG.
in here. Oh, he's working. That's right. The Goldbergs is a good modern sitcom. The actors carry the script. I've never seen it. So it sounds like another Jew show.
Goldbergs is pretty good, yeah. That's
Why we
another
have
Jew
all
show
the?
you would
Why
like.
are all these Jews in Hollywood? What's the deal? I think there's a conspiracy.
They
think?
always have been.
Yeah, that's true. Mel Gibson got in trouble for that.
Yeah. Smell
Yeah.
for you.
Yeah, well, he got in trouble for a bunch of stuff, which, okay. I guess he's just a horrible person, Eric.
He did have some substance abuse problems.
Don't they all?
I recall
It's like
correctly.
the entirety of Hollywood has syphilis.
Yeah, I mean,
Literally.
they're not.
I don't know what to
Yeah.
tell you.
Yes.
Yes. Now, I'm wrong.
Back in the old days, one of the things they didn't want you to be was an entertainer or an actor.
Well, I mean,
That
when you
was
think
shunned.
when you think of entertainment, right? It's leisure activity. It's the least important thing you can do in society. It's not without value, but it's the least important of value, right? Because you can leisure activity yourself with many things. Take a walk in the forest, for instance. So I don't know why they've gotten so uppity and special. I don't get it.
Well, yeah, because they've got to make it look like that they have some value outside of cheap jokes.
Acting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Zach says Ted Lasso is the only good modern comedian I've ever seen in a while. I don't know who he is, Zach. Maybe I like good comedy though. Maybe let me go see his face, Zach. Let me go check it out. Here, hold on a second. Ted Lasso.
I do like. I think her name is Liza Schlesinger. Is that her name?
Sounds like a serial killer
Don't
name.
say it. You're gonna say Jude.
No, you have to have a
Pacing,
have a middle name. I think for
Oh, that's fair. You're right. I have seen this guy before. He has that kind of dry, wacky humor. He can be funny. This guy, Ted Lasso. I didn't know his name. Yeah, but yeah. That's cool. Another one.
That's the other thing.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Oh, go ahead.
Oh no. I was
ahead.
just I was going to mention there's a really funny guy who I've seen in stuff and I don't see enough of him. I think his name starts with a C. He's very funny though.
His name starts with a C.
He was on the Anchorman.
Cosby.
No,
Cosby.
he's funny too. No, he was on
Steve
the Anchorman.
Carell?
Carell. That's it. Yeah. He's funny. You guys don't agree?
I miss
Yeah.
I miss
I
Robin
like Steve
Yeah.
Carell, yeah.
Yeah, we all miss Robin, dude. What a shame. Talk about a doctor missing the mark, dude. My
Yeah.
goodness. Nah, that was really really unfortunate. Sudeikis. Who is Sudeikis?
Jason Sudeikis.
Who's that?
He's pretty good.
Yeah, he was from Saturday Night Live.
Let me see here. Jason
And,
Sudeikis.
He's in that
Meet
movie
the
where they're
Millers?
posing. Yeah, Meet the Millers, where they're posing as a family to smuggle drugs back into America from Mexico. It's a pretty hilarious movie.
Huh. I
With,
don't
Jennifer Aniston.
recognize him at all.
Yeah, let me take a look. Well, he is on Saturday Night Live, so it's pretty easy to not recognize him.
Yeah, I mean, but he does have an everyman face though, which you can, for an
Yeah.
actor, it can be useful. Yeah, I don't recognize this guy at all. His name is Sudeikis.
Well, watch Meet the Millers. I think you'd get a kick out of that one.
Yeah, it's good. And
Sitcoms,
Jennifer
they're still on
Aniston
sitcoms,
plays
yeah.
his fake wife.
Why is
He
it?
just
Yeah,
gets
I
like a
haven't seen
bunch
this
of
guy,
his because they're posing as a family
Mhm.
to like throw off the customs at the Mexican border.
Oh, I see.
And he just grabs like a bunch of random people he knows in his apartment block.
Are they drug dealers or something?
He is.
He is. Oh, I get it.
Yeah. And yeah, Jennifer Aniston is playing a stripper.
Huh.
She's like a stripper by trade.
I'm sure she does that well. She's not that bad an actress. I mean, she's noisy as hell, but she's actually a pretty good actress.
And she does a lot of.
Nice
Who's
to
that?
look at, too.
Who's that?
And her father is like from Days of Our Lives.
Oh, is he? Huh.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Unfortunately, yeah, I do know that.
Well, Amran is doing the Bubbles girl. So.
Nope.
That is the
No,
Bubbles
I'm not.
girl. She's got the goggles on.
No, it's the many arms girl, Nico.
Oh, is it? Yeah, she's much.
Yes.
She's the sexy one, actually.
Yeah.
The funny
Like,
thing
yeah,
is,
the Bubbles girl. She's like the girl next door type, the
Yeah,
annoying type girl next door. But she's like the sexy one.
and
And there's
of
even
course,
the more sexier one.
well, this is the real sexy one. And I remember seeing the kids are watching because this, One Piece certainly had wink, wink, subtle humor for adults in it too, right? There was a scene where this girl, the many hands one, came out and she was in a bikini and sunning herself on the deck, right, of their boat. And
Yep.
the other girl, the one I'm talking about, the Bubbles girl, who was also well endowed, actually, but she kind of looked down at her breast and just got mad and stomped off, right? She was pissed off because this girl is bigger breasted, I guess. I thought it was funny though because the Bubbles girl, she's got big tits too, just not as big.
No.
Yeah, so. But I think there's a dynamic between those two where the redhead's kind of always jealous of her, in there, something like that.
Yeah, but they treat each other like family. So
They are. That's true. That is true. E, my package.
Depending upon your family, that could be good or bad.
That's true. Yeah. Rosa says, E, my packages are coming in and everybody is coming in and out. I'll have to wait on the live chat, but I'm drawing along. Well, thank you. I hope you all are drawing along. We do love that part of the show. At the end of the
It's
show.
because she didn't want to. It's because she didn't want to show up the other artists. That's all.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Probably.
But
Yeah.
if you guys
Good.
are drawing along, it's easy for you to show us what you've done. Go over to the Twitter, hashtag DNQFE, and drop it in there. Once again, hashtag DNQFE. And you can also go to the Discord. Hopefully, one of our moderators in here will drop that link for you to Discord. To be honest with you, Rabbit, I know that technically I'm not in charge of this show. I'm just hosting it. However, I might suggest that we drop Twitter altogether and just do pure Discord, or find some other alternative to Twitter, because I'm thinking I'm going to drop Twitter myself completely very shortly. I
Never on
never use
You
it
don't
anyway.
use it anyway, though. It
No, I
doesn't really
don't.
matter, does it?
No, I don't. But they're out of control, dude. I can't support that crap anymore, dude. I know I don't use it. You're right. But still, I just need to. I need to get away from that shit, dude. Facebook too. It's just.
You don't even use Discord.
I know I don't.
Yeah.
I'm talking about you peoples.
I don't care if it's there for people that want to use it if they don't have the Discord.
Fair enough.
You don't want to alienate people off just because everyone's on the Discord. I mean, most people are now, but you never know.
Well, and the good thing about that though, Rabbit, is now it is Jeff's job to create the straw poll and to take care of the draw along. So I'm good either way. You on that,
I
Jeff?
am.
Yes.
Huh?
That's the co-host job.
When did this happen?
That's the
This wasn't in the contract. This wasn't in the contract.
That's by rule of Pixel Trader. You go talk to him about it, sir.
Well, I can do the straw poll. I do Mike Miller's straw poll most of the time.
There you go.
I can do that.
Twitter, hashtag DNQFE, latest. That's all I remember. John Jedister says, laughing my ass off, Bubbles Girl. Yeah, well, it's the Bubbles Girl. I don't know her name.
Nami.
So that's what they call them, bubbles.
Her name is the eating sound in Japan?
Nami.
Nom, nom.
Nami.
Yeah, Nami. Yeah. Huh. But you also have another eating or lip smacking sound in Japan, paku paku, which we guys in the West call Pac-Man. Paku paku-man. It means
Oh,
lip
Pac-Man.
smacking sound. I'm sorry. That's where it comes from. Too much information, Rabbit? No? Eric certainly
Holy
thought
cow,
it was
get
too
a-
much information.
Get a bra in those things, man. Take over the world. They get any larger.
Well, Amran's pretty good at that. Yeah, he's pretty good at that. But it's cool because in this drawing, I mean, he's just kind of doing a static right now, but I'm kind of feeling like he could put arms anywhere he'd like.
Oh yeah.
I kind of was thinking that she was some weird take on Shiva or something, you know?
Probably if you ask him. Ask
Yeah.
the creator where his inspiration was for her.
Well, the interesting thing about Japan is with manga, and of course, therefore, it translates in anime. Most of their inspiration is outside of Japan, which is fine, but it's a bit weird to me, seeing is the mythological, history in Japan is deep and rich, dude. There's so much here, but the Japanese
I've
don't
always-
know anything about it, dude.
I've always thought that
Japanese stuff.
I've always thought that really odd that the like every single manga and every single anime that I've seen tends to look very, very Western.
It is.
Or the characters tend to look very, very Western.
Yeah, no, and it's intentional. But I'm just saying it because here in Japan, the Japanese in general, and I mean near all Japanese have no clue about their own mythology. None. And
Really?
it's weird too because there was an era where about 1300 years ago, where all over the world, cultures were collecting all their old folk tales into single books, like Thousand and One Arabian Nights, we many kind of books like that. The Indians did the same thing, and so did the Japanese. Two books actually, the Kojiki and the Nihonshoki, and those books have a little bit of politics in them too, but they're basically taking all the old folk tales, all the old mythology, and putting them into one, two volumes that you can read. Now, I've read them, but go find a Japanese that's read them. They don't exist, dude. It's so weird. They don't know their own mythology, and therefore things like a kappa or an oni or a tengu, they're known because they're traditionally around, like statues or things like that. But they couldn't tell you the story of what a tengu is or what a kappa is. They don't know. It's weird. I
Or
never.
were they educated in the American public school system?
Well, no, but the education system here isn't necessarily too different than other places. But basically, in Japan, everything looks at Tokyo. Everything is Tokyo. It all looks toward Tokyo. They don't teach local history. I know more about the history of this place I live in than the people who live here, because all their education is about Tokyo, Edo Jidai mainly, and some of the earlier eras. But it's all about Tokyo in Japan. And everything, all the education, all the focus, everything is at Tokyo. And Tokyo doesn't seem to give a shit about those kind of things. They're more interested in Western
Wow.
stuff.
Wow.
Yeah. It is an enigma of Japan. But oh well. It's their country. They do whatever they want.
Yep.
You're just living there.
That's true. Yeah, no. And Eric, I follow the precepts of when in Rome, do as the Romans, to the T, sir.
Oh, yeah.
So he ignores it as well.
No, I don't. But I've traveled a lot. I've been all over the world, and I know there's people here that have traveled too. But I've always found it much easier to follow that idea of when in Rome, do as the Romans. If it's their country, you're a guest. Quit showing your ass, right? And it's shocking to me. In most of my experience would be in China and here in Japan, as far as long-term experience. But it's shocking to me how many foreigners come in here and kind of buckle against the Japanese culture and try to change it. And it's like, what are you doing, dude? You're being a bad guest. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's why they were isolationist for so long, because
they-
of that.
Well, they've
Yeah.
done that many times. I think
Yeah.
that's a long conversation. I don't want to get into it because I'll get into that later on. But yeah, no, they are very different, and I think one of the reasons why Japan has always found itself to be aliens in Asia is because they have so much of that ancient. Well, we'd call them Russians today. I don't know that it was Russian at the time, but whatever those people were, those Slavic peoples of the Rus, they've been in here for a long time in Japan. They call the Ainu. And that's why Japanese, you'll find some Japanese that look quite Asian, and you'll find other ones that oddly have European features, right? Even though they're clearly also Asian, right? Was because that white Russian Slavic had been filtering down through the islands into Japan for thousands of years, I would imagine. So the Japanese are different. Their culture is different. They're genetically a little different, and I just feel that they feel kind of alien in their own skin in the skin of Asia anyway. There's something going on with that,
Okay, well, I'm going to go all Cliff Clavin on you here, Chester.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you that the Rus weren't Slavic. They
No,
were
I know.
Viking.
I know what you're talking about, the Norwegian immigrations, but I'm talking about the Slavic people, right? The actual Slavs, not the.
So now they're Slavs, huh?
Well, you know
Yeah,
what
I'd
I
say
mean.
that to
I'm
their
not talking
face.
about the Norwegian. I understand Kiev and all that stuff was founded by Scandinavians. I know that. But I mean the Slavic people, not the Scandinavian
And
or Celtic.
that's the reason why that's the reason why Lutefisk is banned from Russia to this very day.
Yeah, sorry, I should not have interrupted the Cliff Clavin. That's perfect.
Clavening.
I was about to say.
I know. Shut up, Chester. Uh, but yeah, Cheers. Well, was a fun show. I enjoyed
Oh
that.
yeah, it was a well done
Yeah,
show.
it's on every day on cable TV in
Is it
Australia.
still?
Oh,
Yeah,
cool.
it's on all the time. Oh yeah. They rerun all the sitcoms on on the main comedy channel.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well,
Not the comedy channel, American comedy channel. We have like a different one, which is like it's called the comedy channel, but they kind of changed it a bit.
It's one of the few sitcoms that did somehow find its way from Europe over to the U.S.
yeah, it's true. That is true. But Cheers had some great character development, some really funny stuff, dude.
Oh, yeah.
It was well done, and it was a pure sitcom too. Yeah, but
Woody,
Cliff Clavin,
Norm,
Norm, yeah,
Coach.
Norm, yeah. Oh, Coach, yeah, that was a spinoff, wasn't it?
No.
I don't know if Coach was a spinoff.
Are you sure?
Frasier was.
Frasier
was definitely
a spinoff. Yeah.
Oh yeah, ran longer, didn't it?
I don't know. It was funny though.
Yeah, it actually Frasier ran
Oh,
for
yeah.
quite a long time.
Yeah, it was really long. It ran longer than Cheers. It was. Yeah. I watched that. I watched all that from start to finish too.
I think I preferred Cheers over Frasier though. But there were some fun.
Yeah,
shit,
I did
for
too.
sure.
They're both pretty funny.
They were. Yeah. The dynamic between Frasier and his brother was perfect. So.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And I just can't help think about their time when Niles played his brother, Sideshow Bob's brother in Simpsons. That was hilarious.
Eric, may I give you some critique?
Yeah, go ahead.
Something's
chin
wrong with his head.
Race
There's a
for
lot
impact.
wrong with this dude's head. He's got a giant freaking forehead is what he's got.
It's interesting
yeah. They
because
all
these
had
guys said
giant
it was hard to
foreheads.
get him right, and I see it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see it too. I've stretched the eyes out. I'm like, that's as close as it's going to get.
Yeah, I have to fix mine now. Their forehead isn't giant enough.
Oh God, yeah.
It's a massive forehead.
Yeah, it's his style. However, I do recognize immediately who it is, though. So
Okay.
fair enough, right?
Well, that's a good thing then.
Yeah. So anyway, love Frasier. Niles stole the show. Yeah, he did, Ellen. He did. He was hilarious. And Kelsey Grammer is pretty solid in everything he does. If you ask me.
Even his beast?
Yeah, I didn't mind it. They just didn't use him enough. They should have used him more. He was kind of sidelined.
He said he would like to still play Beast.
He could. It's all CG makeup anyway, isn't it?
Out of it, probably.
Yeah.
No, it's all practical. It was all makeup effects.
Oh, was it? Oh, okay.
Oh, cool. Though.
Like for Kelsey Grammer's Beast. I think for the recent First Class one, I think some of that was CG.
You mean the
maybe.
sucky
I don't
one?
know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the first one though, the remake, the first class, I guess it was called. It wasn't bad. It was all right. After that, it got worse and worse.
No, that sucked. That sucked too. I wanted to find the guy who played Magneto and Charles Xavier and slap them every time they called each other old friend. It's
right.
dude.
Yeah, fair enough. I get your point.
Christ's sakes.
I have a rule though,
Old
Jeff.
friend.
If Kevin Bacon is in a movie, it can't be bad.
True. True.
So and he
Yeah, he
was
played
awesome.
Carry that
Sebastian
movie.
Shaw
So
pretty
he was a
well.
great Sebastian Shaw. I loved it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it just sucks that they have to keep killing him off at the end of the movie.
I know it's so wasteful. And he doesn't look
Yeah.
anything like Sebastian Shaw, but
Oh, not at all.
not even a little. But
No, it
he
worked,
was just fun. I like Kevin Bacon's always fun.
and he was a Nazi.
And then
Yeah.
what was it? The next one, the apocalypse ended up becoming it ended up becoming Hunger Games with mutants.
Yeah, no, it did. And once again, it's this thing with Oscar Isaacs. Is that his name? He's
Oscar Isaac, yeah.
he's not a bad actor. He's just so plain Jane. There's no excitement from him. He has no presence. He's not interesting. He'd be a good background character actor, maybe. But as up front, he just sucks, dude. He's not good enough. He can't carry it. It's kind of like Scarlett Johansson. If you put her in the background in an ensemble, she works okay. But when she's up front, she sucks, dude.
Yeah, I mean,
It's
no, you're
just
right.
it is what it is, right? But they
She's
keep
so
on.
right, Chester.
Well, I know.
He's going to be Moon Knight.
I know, and it's unfortunate because he just, I saw him. I saw Dune, by the way. Nobody.
Yeah, we know.
I
No.
watched it. What'd you think?
I don't go to cinemas anymore.
Well, I was going to save that for a show, but I would say simply that seeing as it's just a remake of David Lynch's Dune, all I can do is compare the
Truthfully.
two. So if I'm going to compare, then I would say that I prefer some of Lynch's stuff, and I prefer some of Villeneuve's stuff. I think the perfect movie would be to take the cinematography of Villeneuve and with the vision of Lynch, and then you would have your perfect Dune movie. So,
You're never gonna have a perfect movie from a perfect movie adaptation from a book.
no.
It's just
However,
not gonna happen.
I absolutely adored Villeneuve's Blade Runner, though. That was beautiful. I loved it. I didn't
I
hate
never
it,
saw
Eric.
that.
I didn't hate it.
Okay.
But yeah, it's just lacking, unfortunately, in so many important ways. I would, you know what? Here's what I'll say. It's Villeneuve's Dune is too human.
Yeah,
How's
it's
that?
like too grounded
Okay.
in reality.
Yeah,
Because
it's
they
too
keep
human.
saying, yeah, it's more grounded in reality. The style
Heaven
and technology.
forbid if we have that
Well, it shouldn't be though.
grounding.
I mean, in some cases it works. Like I think the original. I'm not a huge fan of the Batman movies with Christian Bale, but making that very practical in the first movie or two, okay, I get it. But in this case, it
Where's the Joker?
needs to have an alien feel to it. And Lynch did a great job of making it feel alien, particularly when we're dealing with the Harkonnens. Lynch's Harkonnens were, of course, obviously the main focus of his movie, but the Harkonnens were beautifully sadistic and creepy evil, whereas Villeneuve's were just, they're boring as hell, dude. They weren't interesting. And Batista is the first bad bit of acting I've seen him do.
Was he a Harkonnen, was he?
Yeah,
I
he
wouldn't
was
say
played
that.
Ruden was his name. What's the name of that
Is it
character?
is it the character in the original that snacked on a cow's tongue? Is it that one or?
Yeah. It's playing the
Oh,
Baron's
okay, cool.
nephew, right?
Yeah.
Not the Sting one, not Fane. It's I think it's Ruden or something like that. But we didn't see Fane at all. But he just screaming. It wasn't good. It wasn't good. Yeah. But that's
Actually,
another
Batista
issue
is a
with it,
horrible
though.
actor.
Eric, is the fact that some of the acting was good, a lot of the acting was fine, and some of it was not very good.
I could have told you that Batista's acting wasn't gonna fill that role.
Yeah, but he works
doesn't
in some
have.
things well, though, dude.
Yeah, and it usually is very limited. It's one of the best I've ever seen him outside of like Guardians of the Galaxy was in Riddick, because he fits that sort of that sort of sadistic
Right. Does he
brawler type guy. He fits
speak
that
in that?
perfect. Yeah,
He
he
does
does,
speak?
and he
I don't
kind of
recall.
he does he kind of mumbles, and that's exactly how Batista does best in delivering dialogue.
Yeah, that's
He's
fair.
not, he's no, like, I don't want to say Tom Hanks, but he's not someone who has he has a lot of range.
No, he doesn't. That's true. Although I thought he did a wonderful job in Blade Runner, though. Very subtle, understated. It was good. And it's
But
the
he
same
did
director,
something.
right?
I'm not sure because I didn't
Yep.
see the Blade
It
Runner
is.
one.
It is the same
But-
director. Yeah.
Same director, yeah.
But he did a film on his own. It was like some sort of, it was this nutty leftist inspired thing where the right wingers were taking over the world
Oh,
by
right.
I guess
remember.
attacking New York.
Yeah.
It was not only was the premise, not only was it a dumb movie overall, he just was horrible in trying
Yeah.
to pull it off.
Fair enough. Yeah,
So he doesn't have a dynamic range. He's good in some things, other things he's just not good for. But because he's now he's a power guy, because he's got some big films under his belt, he's just getting all the roles.
and in that Las Vegas zombie movie he did just recently, it was fine. He was fine in that.
I can imagine, because it doesn't take a lot of probably didn't take a lot of emotional range.
No, it didn't. It didn't.
I didn't see it because I don't have Netflix.
And but it really was glaring how awful it was in Dune. But that was like the only moment of the acting that really took me out of it, though. The rest of it was functional,
Yeah.
But that's the problem with the movie overall. I think it's functional. What do you think,
Adequate.
Eric? Yeah, adequate.
Yeah, Eric, what do you think?
He and I never agree on movies, by the way.
Eric doesn't think anything. Either that or he went to go take a leak.
Amron, you seem that you've seen it. What did you think about it?
Oh, I haven't seen the new one,
Oh, okay.
but yeah, I have watched the original David Lynch one so many times, so
Yeah.
I know all about it. Yeah.
I mean, one of the things that hurts the Lynch movie a lot is editing. They didn't have really high end. It was in a very weird time in Hollywood with the special effects. So visually, this new movie is far superior. I mean, way superior, right? But there's some little nuances that the Lynch thing is just better, dude. And it's because Lynch is a crazy man, And if
Yeah,
you
he's
want
just
never
fresh
liked-
off the race ahead, so yeah.
yeah. I mean,
I've never
she's-
liked David Lynch. Never
well,
liked
I
his
get it.
movies.
Some of his
I
movies are
understand that.
fantastic.
It's easy not to like him. I like his weird alien mind, though. I appreciate it, because he's the same guy that did Twin Peaks too, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's a weirdo.
Twin
But
Peaks wasn't bad.
no, it was weird because he took this very simple murder mystery, right? But the whole thing about Twin Peaks, spoilers, is talking about TV. It's about the TV itself, right? It was very weird and Lynchian. Eric's back. Eric, I kind of gave my opinion on Doom, kind of. What did you think of it?
I didn't know much about it. I don't remember watching the original.
Well, what about the
And,
new one?
new one, I liked it, but I didn't know what was going on through a lot of it.
Fair enough.
And then
Well, if you haven't seen
I
the
didn't
original
know there
much,
was going to be
you-
a second one, so I was like, man, I don't think this is going to wrap up.
Yeah, no, and of course it didn't wrap up at all. It's literally designed to be tied together in a Blu-ray for a 4-hour movie, clearly. But yeah, I didn't hate it. I thought it was a well done
I
movie.
thought it was fine. I'll watch the next one. Yeah.
I don't know if I want to watch the next one, to be honest with you.
Really?
Yeah.
Don't you want to see what
Wow.
happens?
No, 'cause I reread the book and I saw the Lynch movie. I saw the TV series. I already know what happens. But
Okay.
I will tell you my wife's opinion. She fell asleep about 40 minutes in.
It wasn't full of action.
Yeah, but it's just the pacing and it's so
It was slow.
bland and it's so humdrum, intentionally so. That's why I prefer the Lynch one because it's so weird and it feels alien. It feels like you're dealing with an alien culture. Whereas in Villeneuve's story, Dune, it feels like this is just humanity at the year 10,000 something, AD is what it feels like, and that's not what it should be. So
Also seemed like a John Carter ripoff.
okay, yeah. Well, Duncan
I like John
Idaho or Jason Momoa, I'll give him a half a credit because he was still Jason Momoa because he only does Jason Momoa, but he did pull it back twice. So we'll give him credit for that.
I think they credited Jason Momoa's hair.
They
that movie.
should, right. Like for
I think
instance,
whenever he stars in a role, they have one contract for him and another for his hair.
I'm pretty sure that's true. But let me see here. I can't remember the character's name. Let me go find it real quick. It's the Thanos guy.
Josh Brolin.
Josh
Yeah.
Brolin. Okay, there it is. Josh, thank
Yep.
you. Josh Brolin. Now, Josh Brolin plays Gurney, right? And he's a confidant to the king, which Oscar Isaacs. The reason I got into this conversation was because of Oscar Isaacs, and God, is he horrible as Duke Leto. But he's just boring as hell, dude. Although he does come across as a kind, good man, which is important, I guess. But Josh Brolin's Gurney compared to Patrick Stewart's Gurney. Boy, I don't know how to handle that because Patrick Stewart, his Gurney was so over the top, ridiculously over the top.
Yeah,
That
what was the deal with that pug?
with the pug, well, it's kind of going back to royal families and dogs and stuff. I get that, but
Okay.
it was that you're forced to appreciate it, right? Whereas Josh Brolin's Gurney was much more realistic, and I kind of liked what he did. So I don't know. I kind of like both of them, but I have to give the nod to Patrick Stewart because it was just ridiculously over the top, dude. I don't know. Any other opinions on Gurney? No, nothing.
I have
No, that
no
was his
opinion.
name.
I have no opinion on anything. I've
I
been
didn't
married
even
for
know
30.
that was the character's name, so there you go.
Been married for 27 years. I've learned to not have an opinion.
Fair enough. Yeah, I learned that year too. Yeah. 27 years. How many years have I been married? 27 years. I've been married long as you have there, Jeff.
Whoa. Hey.
Oh,
Yeah.
I guess it makes us like bonded or something. Huh?
Something. Yeah. Something. Yeah. I don't know. I like being married. I don't mind it at all. But I sowed my wild oats quite a bit before I got married, so I was satisfied, I guess. I don't miss anything. A lot of married dudes seem to miss, dating or variety of girls. I don't. I'm happily married. I enjoy it.
I tried sowing my wild oats. They kept flinging them back at me.
Well, I had a cheat though. You see, I was a saxophone player.
Oh yeah. I mean,
It's unfair.
You ever seen that movie? She's Out of My League
I
They
do
start-
believe I have seen it. Yeah.
with Alice Eve and I forget the dorky guy.
Yeah. No, it
new
sounds
dorky
really
guy in
familiar.
Hollywood.
Yeah.
And they're sitting there counting up. They're using the points. Whether somebody's a 10 or a 6, and
Sure.
you can only have so many. You can only have so much You can only have so much distance between two people where it's not going to work. And one of them was they were talking about I'm a six. He's going, I'm a six. He goes, what do you mean you're a six? He said, you drive a crappy car, and yeah, but I'm a musician, man, so I get musician exemptions.
That's true. There are bonus points for being a musician. That's true. It is true. Adrian, no, we're doing One Piece. This is a One Piece show. We'll hope you guys are drawing along as usual. Hashtag DNQFE, or drop it over on the Discord. Adrian, if you could do me a favor and drop the Discord link, I'd appreciate it. We're just talking about doing a little bit. However, Rabbit, we definitely should do a Dune draw along. We definitely should do that.
Can do it.
I would say this month we should do a Dune thing.
If you want to, I might pass up on that one though.
Why? I mean, there's
I
so
think
much
it's the most
alien
boring
stuff.
story I've ever.
But the visuals are cool though.
Well, give me a character to draw and a picture. I'll draw something.
Well,
draw a worm. Draw one of the sandworms.
Oh, or draw a navigator.
Draw one of the sandworms eating Chester.
Yeah, there you go. Although you wouldn't be able to see me very well because they're kind of big.
Well, I'm sure the blood stains and the screaming will,
Yeah, I suppose I scream in a certain way. Let's see here. Let me come over here.
You did last night.
Oh. Let's see. Zach says, I really like the new Dune, but I also didn't know anything about the book or the story going in. I'm not really complaining about that. I didn't even talk about that because that's what I meant when I said that Villeneuve basically just remade Lynch's Dune. And Lynch's Dune deviated from the book as well. Because I was kind of expecting Villeneuve to stick more to the book, but he didn't. He just remade the Lynch movie. Okay, therefore, well, all we can do is compare them because they both deviate. And I don't suggest you read the book. I read it. I read all of them actually, and there's a lot. But it's pretty dry. It's a slog, dude. It's kind of falls into the category of War and Peace. It's worth the read, but damn.
War and Peace with lasers.
Yes.
Starships.
Yes. Well, I didn't mean to make that analogy, but it does kind of. They are kind of similar, aren't they?
Huh. It's almost like the sci-fi version of Game of Thrones.
Yeah, well, I didn't even think about it. Thank you very much. Jeff, you're insightful.
I'm very insightful. I'm remarkably insightful. God, I'm so great.
Adrian doesn't know how to drop a Discord link. That's okay. Rabbit does. He'll take care of it.
Yeah.
And Rabbit will take care of it. He'll take care of everything.
Yeah. Well, it is his job, Anyway, Jeff, it's that time of the show where I need more coffee and I got to feed my pup. So, are you ready? You got to take over now.
I guess I'm going to take over.
Yes, and
that
means no dead air.
Yes, I'm ready. No dead air.
That's what it means.
Yes,
this is a radio show.
No dead air. Okay. Yeah.
All right. Cool.
Okay.
Okay, everybody.
Go.
Jeff's in charge. Go.
Go.
I knew I couldn't trust you. I knew it. All right. I'm going to get some coffee. I'll be back in a minute, Jeff.
All right. I have control of the show. All mine. Mine, all mine. So, how are we coming along, guys? Sound off.
Made the hair bigger to try and make the face look better.
made the hair bigger so I could hide the face. So, how you doing, Rabbit? How's it going? What'd you think of my What'd you think of my nickname for you on Drawn and Quartered last night?
I didn't understand it. I don't mind JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. It's Eric that didn't understand it. Yeah, no, at least you put the effort into the name.
That was a
one last night.
Aaron.
Yeah, Aaron, David Williams. It was not a good showing for Rabbit, which is kind of surprising.
Well, if it had left it a bit longer, the votes did change, but I didn't do too bad. I wasn't last. I tied with
No,
Mike.
you weren't. It's like an inside joke. He hardly ever wins his own show.
It's true.
He's a great artist. It's
well, it doesn't matter. He doesn't try as hard sometimes, or sometimes he does, and sometimes he doesn't. It's hard to tell what he's going to do.
Yeah. But
like, sometimes he'll draw something that just looks really good, but nowadays he just does digital, like I do, because it's just easier.
Yeah. So.
I mean, I can't bother to set my camera up, to be honest with you.
So how's it coming, Aaron? Where are we going? How are we doing?
I need to.
That's good to know. So, what can we talk about? Should we jump on the topic of Chester's yacht again? I mean, that really has a lot of. I mean, that really just doesn't get old.
No, it doesn't. It's...
You know, him running out, polishing his yacht.
Chat on about anything.
Shit. Oh, great. I was muted that whole time. Oh, yeah, I'm doing good. But the way you responded, you said, "Oh, that's good." It kind of fit.
Yeah.
I said, "I was doing good. I'm doing good." Said, that's good.
It's good, man.
I need to. Should I add colour to my picture?
Yes. See, I came in with that executive decision. Yes, you should have color.
I've never done Trafalgar Law before. It's actually not looking that bad.
There's a controversy over that Lynch version of Dune, because apparently there's two versions of it. There was the one that went out to the theaters, and that thing was just slashed for time. And then they came up with
like a TV version.
Yeah. And that one was the one that had a lot more time in it. I remember seeing the TV version and saying to myself, yeah, this is a lot better. You know, it's Lynch, and I'm not a big fan of Lynch. Surprisingly, I kind of like the, we're getting on Lord of the Rings, because there's like been various versions of it. There was the Bakshi version that came out.
That's awesome one.
Yeah, I kind of liked it.
Love the animation style. So cool using all that.
Rotoscoping.
And then there was the Rankin Bass stuff that I really did like.
That animation they carried the story on afterwards.
Yeah,
because I thought that was shit. I hated the animation in that.
I didn't. I liked kind of like the storytelling and the sort of the whimsy of it. Because if you looked at a lot of like when Tolkien did when they first put out the book, he did a watercolor of the Lonely Mountain, which was the Hobbit, and so I felt that a bunch of that kind of kept the whimsy of the Hobbit. That was one that always stuck with me, and the songs, some of the songs like the Misty Mountain song. I really like that version of it, where the dwarves are singing in Bilbo's house. So I've always liked that. Then they came out with Return of the King, which was wasn't. I don't understand why they did that.
That's what put me off. I don't know. They did it because they needed to try and finish the original one because they ran out of money, didn't they?
Yeah.
Which sucks because that's so good. I love that animation. I love that movie. I'll watch it every now and then just because it's so good.
Yeah, the Bakshi version was actually pretty good, and I did like the Lord of the Rings, the movies that came out.
I thought they were fantastic.
Yeah,
they missed some stuff, but for movies, what they missed out makes sense.
Yeah, and I have the special editions, the extended editions.
Anyway, to watch them.
Yeah, fun. They're really fun to watch. I think the intro for that the intro the story of the One Ring at the first the Fellowship of the Ring movie. I thought that was really well done. The one thing they tell you never to do in writing, which is to explain the history of the world, is one thing that they did in Lord of the Rings, the movie.
but it fits, doesn't it? It works, and most people already know the story of Lord of the Rings. I mean, if you've never read the book or parents never read it to you when you're a kid growing up, I mean, I'd be shocked.
So, and then you get to see all the characters from all the major characters from Lord of the Rings there, or from the War of the Ring. That was cool to see, and the way it was narrated by Galadriel, I thought that was really cool too. So, but no, just Chester had to get on to Dune. So
I'd love to do Lord of the Rings again, actually, as a topic, because it was one of the first ones I ever did. So I was not very good at it, so I'd like to do it again.
Yeah, we haven't done that in a long time.
No, I'd like to stick that on again at some point.
We're going to talk about Lord of the Rings. I'm getting involved now.
Yeah. See, everyone loves Lord of the Rings.
Fucking Dune. Those books put me to sleep. I use them for like sleep deprivation.
Well, it's also science fiction too.
I'm not.
Yeah, but I like science fiction, but that's just science boring.
I'm glad I'm not the only one that thinks it's boring.
I actually like the movies, though, like all forms of the movies. But
yeah, I tried to watch the James McAvoy series.
What the Ben
Children
Kenobi?
of Dune or whatever.
Oh yeah,
Children of Dune.
Yeah, I just couldn't get past. I watched the first episode, and it's like,
I don't know. I appreciate slower storytelling, but Dune's just too much of a slow storytelling. That's why the movies will suffice for me, because they are faster paced than the book, at least. But Lord of the Rings, on the other hand, I found out about them making that movie like way, way long before it was, being talked about in the press, and I was following them in their process on their website for several years before it was ever talked in the press.
I was concerned when I first heard about it. I was like, Peter Jackson, I love like Brain Dead and Bad Taste.
I was too.
I'm like, how the fuck can he make that movie?
I was concerned about it too.
Like, is it going to be Meet the Feebles or like Bad? I mean, I don't know. Well, they've just released that, haven't they? Or they're releasing it, Brain Dead HD edition.
Yeah, I saw something about that.
Oh, we should have done that. I don't know how many people have watched all the old Peter Jackson movies. I'd love to do. Bad Taste is one of my favourite movies. So. Love that. With Derek running around with his brain hanging out.
It's also interesting watching the special edition, or the extended editions where they have like a lot of that second DVD with all the background material.
Oh yeah, I own all that, and I've watched all that like at least 10 times.
I think that's fabulous. Now you don't really appreciate what an effort it was. It was like 18 months it was 18 months, I think, of shooting that was required. So those people had to actually move there for over a year. And all the army of people that they had to bring in to do like the swords and all that was so cool. And the fact that they brought in, I think it's John Howe and Alan Lee. And Alan Lee's, I'm a kind of a devotee of Alan Lee's work. I really like his pencils, his fantasy pencils. I think you have like a dreamlike quality. So it was nice seeing that they brought those guys in. Yeah. I think it's nice to see that they brought those guys in to do all of that.
Well, it was a very smart move considering they've done a lot of illustrations on the Lord of the Rings stuff.
Yep.
It's like, I think Bob Anderson was like the sword master in that movie too, and it was like quite possibly one of the last films he might have worked on. Not quite the last film, but it was one of them, I believe.
What movie are you guys talking about?
Lord of the Rings.
Dune. We're talking about Dune.
Lord of the Rings, huh? Yeah, that's a good movie series.
So yeah, it's the Dune Lord of the Rings episode.
Yeah. I thought Peter Jackson did a good job with the Lord of the Rings series, actually.
Yes, he did.
Basically what we were saying.
Yeah. I mean, some people complain about certain things were left out, but I mean, you can't put everything in, dude.
No. I mean, let's
No,
be
can you
honest.
imagine Tom Bombadil? I
As
think people
much
would have
as
just been like,
much
"What
as
the fuck's this?"
exactly, as much as I love Tom Bombadil scenes, just for the sheer whimsy of it all, right?
Sure.
Yeah, but the thing that we
It
the thing
wouldn't
that we
make a
lost
it
Go
wouldn't
ahead.
make a sense. It wouldn't make any sense.
the thing we lost out on were the barrel rights, barrow whites.
Yeah, that's true. They didn't go to the Barrow Downs, did they? At all?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I wish
That would have been
they
cool.
would have incorporated that somehow. But back to Bob Anderson. Him and Viggo Mortensen worked on
mean the
another
sword
movie
guy?
called Yeah.
Oh.
They worked on another movie called Alla Triste, which was actually Bob Anderson's last film.
Oh wow.
But it's all in Spanish. So Viggo Mortensen is doing a movie all in Spanish.
Is that about the horse across the desert?
No.
That's Otago.
Alla Triste is about a captain in the 100 Years War.
Oh,
And then, like,
that'd be interesting.
I don't know, it's a book series, but it's taking place during the 100 Years War, but there's a lot of like time skip and jumping. But it was, I found out about it because it was in a documentary called Reclaiming the Blade. It's talking about how movie sword fighting isn't real sword fighting. And
Yeah.
this movie was one of the first movies to try to bring techniques from real sword fighting of Europe of the time
Sure.
to the
Yeah,
film.
I think I saw that. There's another one, and it was I think it was something about a Polish war film where they showed actual how you're supposed to fight a sword. There's a YouTube video on that.
Oh
as
yeah,
well.
no, that Polish movie is real. I know when you're talking about. There's a couple.
Yeah, I know what one
really
you're
good.
talking about too.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are good movies. Well, so essentially they were saying how in the documentary how, you know, when you see most movie sword fighting in the past, it was fencing, which wasn't real sword fighting because it's all fancy and everything, right? But
Mhm.
real sword fighting, you're going to try to take out your enemy as fast and as quickly and as efficient as possible. So, in this movie Alla Triste, there's some pretty cool fancy sword fighting, but it's not fencing. It's like fast. Like you can almost miss it at times.
Right, and I'm sure that's what it was really like. Yeah. I'll have to go check that out. I haven't seen it because War of the Roses is that's an interesting topic. There's a lot you can do with it,
Well, it's not War of the Roses. It's the 100 Years War.
which is basically the War of the Roses, right?
I'm not. I don't think so. I might be getting the wrong war. Let me look it up.
I think the War of the Roses is strictly England.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This
yeah,
was
but
taking place.
Back me up
it's
on that, Rabbit.
he wouldn't know. Yeah.
Damn it.
But no.
Okay, I got the
meaning
wrong war. Let me look it up.
the 100-Year War was basically all the maneuvering of the houses and stuff, and which led up to the rule of the Tudors, right? That's why it's called the War of the Roses because of the crests
Yeah.
in there.
Yeah, you're right. I have the wrong war. It's been a while since I seen the movie.
Dang it, Chester's right.
It's taking place
Shocking,
in
though.
the
Burns.
Correct.
It burns.
the 80 Years War. Sorry, it's called the 80 Years War.
Okay.
It's the one in Spain. A lot of it's taking place in Madrid and places in Spain.
Oh, okay.
It
You're
went-
talking about so are they fighting Moors?
I think it's not necessarily the Moors.
Well, it doesn't matter. I'll check it out. That sounds interesting to me.
It is. It's really good. I think it's I'm not sure who they're fighting in the movie off the top of my head.
Aliens.
There's only like a few battle scenes, but there's like some sword fighting and some romance and other things going on. It's a pretty interesting movie just for the fact of the time period. I like a lot of historical time period films.
Sure.
So
Yeah. I like Vigo. He's a pretty good actor. I
Oh
enjoy
yeah,
him.
he's one of my top favorite actors to watch.
Like the horse one. I like the horse one.
Hidalgo's good. Yeah.
He was riding across the
History of
desert.
Violence. Have you ever seen the History of Violence?
No, but it's been recommended to me a couple times. Yeah.
There was,
Yeah.
what is it, Eastern...
Eastern Promises.
Yeah, Eastern Promises. That was a good one, too.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I'm behind on my movie viewing, Eric.
Ghostbusters yet?
God, no.
You should do, dude. It's
Jeez.
amazing.
I'm
Well, not amazing,
I'm
but
not
it's
interested
really
in
good.
that movie, dude.
Oh,
I
you
like
have such a
Ghostbusters.
stinky attitude.
Yeah, you don't like good movies. That's right.
I don't want dripping nostalgia. I'm sorry.
Did you ever get around to watching Chucky? Because you
Attitude.
said you were going to have a look into
No,
that.
but I
and
am gonna. I will check that out though.
It just finished and got renewed for season 2. And the way it ends, it's like, yeah, that's freaking epic.
Yeah.
Ends
See,
in a
I'm-
very- that body counting that builds up though. That's where you have to kind of, because the story evolves from what you thought it was about to what it's actually about.
I'm kind of in agreement with you with the whole nostalgia thing. It's getting kind of old. Like, let's get some original stories going on here.
Yeah. I'm sure I'll end up
Yeah,
watching
but
because my wife will put it on. I'm sure.
It got rid of the bad taste of the last one.
Well, that's fair enough. I can appreciate that because that last one was pretty despicable.
What we got left, by the way?
Elrod says the Barrow Downs were in the movie for 3 seconds. I don't recall that. Did they walk by it or something like that?
They may have.
He says
Yeah, it's like-
they ate in it.
Get their swords, then because Aragorn gives them, but that's not where they get them from.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, no, there were the apple toss and stuff. Oh, that was Barrow Downs. Okay,
I
it
thought
makes
that
sense.
was the Midwater. I thought that was the marshes, the Midwater.
No, yeah, that was the Midgewater Marshes.
Oh, okay.
Because in the extended edition, they from the regular movie they cut out the part where I think it's Pippin is saying, "What do they what do the midges eat when they can't eat Hobbit?" And that was
Yeah.
cut out of the original movie. I remember seeing that in the extended
right.
edition. It was like, hey, that made it. There was an actual direct quote from the book. Made it into the movies, and it
Yeah.
got cut out for the original theatrical presentation.
Well, the interesting thing for me, the reason why I know the world as well, I mean, I've read the books, but the reason I know the world as well as I do is because of the Lord of the Rings online game.
Yeah, well, I know a lot because of that as well.
Yeah.
I love that game.
They did a great job. I mean, they lay it out so well. It's in my mind now. I know what Middle Earth looks like.
Yeah.
There's an old Lord of the Rings role-playing game on the PC, and it like you're immersed into Middle Earth in the game. You learn a lot about Middle Earth and all that throughout
Yeah.
the game. Of course, they add stuff because it's free exploration. So if you choose not to go the route that the party is going in the books, you might run into things that don't exist. But they really did try to keep it within the realm of the world itself and
Yeah,
use
that's cool.
things from other sources that was going on at the War of the Rings time. So it's a pretty good game. It was
Tolkien
like a top-down type version
Oh, I
of
see.
role-playing.
Oh,
It's
is it like
old.
Not Battle
It's
for
like
Middle Earth now.
no, this is old PC. I'm talking like in the 90s.
Oh, okay. Like Commodore and stuff. Tolkien did such a good job of creating his universe, his cosmology, that you can do that. That's neat. There's a lot of board games for Lord of the Rings as well that are fairly immersive.
Edwin is on his channel. They do they're doing a Lord of the Rings role playing game, Middle Earth role playing game.
I was
Yeah,
supposed to join that, and I forgot all about it. Well, I need to do 2 different overall RPGs.
Evidently, I'm not the
Nerd
only one that
control.
played that game because R.H. Snow is saying she played that game too.
Yeah, I'm not recalling it,
Before-
but I do know there's been some really good stuff put out underneath that IP though, for sure.
Actual highlights.
And then of course the conversation rolls over to Amazon's Silmarillion. Oh,
Oh, after what they did to frickin' Wheel of Time.
That was so bad. Dude.
Cimmerillion's gonna suck.
I
Yeah,
watched
I can
that. Was it not good?
my
Never
God,
read the book.
It's like watching the train about 5 seconds before it goes off the cliff.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm gonna say that if you've never read the books, you'll probably like it better than most people that's read the books.
Well, I get maybe that could be true, but the problem with the
My
Wheel of
wife
Time,
loves
Adam,
this movie. Or
what?
she likes the show, but she's never read the books.
But see, the thing is, the problem with that show, aside from it not following the book at all, is the fact that it is actually feminist supremacy. It's not
Oh
just
yes.
woke feminism; it's feminist supremacy. They actually
Yeah.
say men make it filthy in it.
Yeah.
It's this much hate.
That literally just put me off ever bothering with it. Never mind.
Yeah, there's some major problems in that sense, considering what the theme of the books really is.
Yeah.
And I don't know how. So the person that is running this show said that the Dragon Reborn is not changing, but they've
Already.
hinted that it can be a man or a woman, which is completely against everything the book said.
Of course, yeah.
Because it doesn't make any sense if you know any of the lore of the Wheel of Time, because the whole point of the Dragon Reborn being a man is because they go mad from using the one source, right?
That's right. Yeah. I mean, basically what happened with it, Adrian, is this. Someone over there saw a crypt notes on the Wheel of Time, and it said only women can use magic. And that's what they went with, because they don't understand why that is, right?
Right.
There's a reason,
Yeah.
and the book lays it out very clearly, right? But that's what happened. And someone's like,
Well,
yeah,
that would
women
also-
power. It's like, all right, fine.
It would also mean that they have to read a book that's bigger than 5 pages long.
Yeah, but the Wheel of Time is a pretty well written book, dude. It's not
Yeah,
bad.
I know, but I'm talking about the writers. They would have to actually
Yeah, no, I
read
understand.
a book
They don't
that's larger
do
than
their
5.
research. I get you.
Yeah, I'm on book 3 again.
Yeah, Jordan's a pretty good writer. I like his stuff.
I hear Brandon Sanderson does a really good job ending the whole thing too. So
Oh, see, now someone
Which
picked
he-
it up and continuing. I didn't know that.
Yep. Brendan Sanderson, whatever.
Brandon.
Yeah, Brandon,
Yeah.
they were looking for somebody to finish because he had started all of these books, and they needed it to be finished. I think it was the estate approached him, and they think that he was the one who finished it. I could be wrong.
Jordan's wife approached him.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
The
That's
estate.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She picked him personally because of his writing.
Well, you know,
prior.
one of the most blaring changes, other than them not understanding the point of the story, is that all the four heroes.
Something happens in the first 85 hours. Good
Exactly,
God.
Elrod. But no, they're supposed to
Wheel
be
of
kids.
Time. There's never been a more perfect name for a book. Oh,
The Wheel of Time.
I lost about 20 years trying to get through the first chapter.
Oh my God.
Gravy.
But I mean, the thing is, they're kids, and the fact that they're terrified and in danger and stuff is kind of important,
I have
aspect.
to go.
Yes.
I have to get going, guys. I got a place
Okay,
to
all right.
be.
Let me come up and
I was
take a look at
expecting
your
you a
art
bit
real quick.
later. I'll just
didn't want to drop
leave
the
it running.
N-bomb,
So
sorry.
It looks good though, dude. And we only got ourselves about 45, let's see, 15, 25 minutes. Do hope you guys are still drawing along.
So.
Armor on,
I'll
your
just
picture
leave it.
switched off though.
Yeah, I'm just like setting it to just like the window itself of the picture in its own window.
I
In
see.
just a moment. Yeah.
Alrighty. But I hope you guys are drawing along. Go over to the Twitter and put in hashtag DNQFE with your One Piece art, or you can go over to the Discord and drop it in there. Rabbit, could you do me a favor and drop the Discord link, please?
Yeah. There's the internet. Hang on.
Anyway, I'll catch you guys later.
Later on,
Oh,
Ron.
yeah,
Thanks,
okay.
man.
Later.
Yeah.
Peace out, man.
Nice looking piece, though. I think he was going to put the aura around the hands, or probably the hands or the arms, but he.
Yes, and her very large arms.
Well, yeah, but she kind of has this ability. Her superpower is the kind of this, yeah.
Yes, the arms. Yes.
Yes, but she can like put them through portals, and she can do attacks at distance, and she can put.
You could also make her feet as well. It's not just her hands.
Oh,
There's
fair
other
enough.
stuff.
But she
Yeah,
also
you-
can make
anyway.
so many hands that she can actually almost shape it into objects. Right?
And the huge hair.
Yep. Well, she's got that for sure.
Right.
She's
Great,
she's
huge
large-breasted too.
Hair. Oh, really? I never noticed.
Yeah. Well, she is supposed to be the sexy one, so fair enough. I don't know what Eric is doing, but he's putting alien UFO ships with his Luffy.
I want to see. I haven't seen any of the pictures yet.
What are
Oh,
you
I just
drawing
saw
here,
one.
Eric?
You'll just have to wait and see.
Fair enough. So, Elrod, how
that's
you
the-
been,
I know
man?
what
It's
it
been
is.
a while, dude.
It has.
Has Edwin wrapped up his reading of Lord of the Rings yet?
Yeah, a long time ago, like a year ago.
No.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Well, time flies.
they're doing short
We're-
stories now.
Come on,
Mhm.
Chester. Come on, Chester. Pay attention.
Doing short stories, and then on Tuesdays we do John Carter of Mars,
Ooh, there's a lot of content there, dude. There's a lot of
the
books.
original Doom, the one without Dwayne Johnson.
Right. Yeah. No, those old books, those old John Connor books were fun, dude.
Mm-hmm.
It's unfortunate that the movie, I forget which studio made it, but that John Carter movie did so poorly. I don't think.
I love that movie.
Yeah, I don't think it deserved all the hate it
Like
got.
that movie. I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah,
And my son,
Bad advertisement.
maybe.
my son,
Yeah.
he's into other stuff, but he loves that movie too. It's got a broad appeal, and it's
Well, Disney didn't want it because they have to pay for it.
well, that figures.
So they went, and the movie came out right as they sealed the Star Wars deal. So they're like, all right, we don't need it anymore. Because that's the only reason they did it, is because they wanted a boys franchise.
Well, they didn't stick to that well, did they?
No, they're doing pretty well with the Star Wars thing. Boys in their 50s are still buying those toys.
It seems so, dude. Yeah, the original stuff. But to each his own. Hobbies are hobbies. But there was a report that I saw this morning that Lucasfilm has officially been put under the care of Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau.
Sounds like fan fiction.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah, because it probably is.
Oh, we'll see. I
Did
think
you hear this from Ethan Van Sciver?
No. I saw it on the. I was looking through, just kind of. I try to check the news for my Sunday
Nerdy,
show.
erotic,
I think it was on
Doom penis.
Like Zero.
Screen Rant.
Oh,
Things where I saw it. But nevertheless, we'll know soon enough if that's true or not. I think it would be better to have some people who actually have some love for it in charge. Might be nice.
Filoni definitely does.
Yeah.
But Filoni has love for his Star Wars that he created, not the one that fans love. So
Well,
that,
I also
that would
think,
be interesting.
but Favreau, I mean, I've actually been impressed by the stuff he's put out,
Mm.
and he kind of, the Mandalorian kind of brought back old fashioned real entertainment
and then just
Yeah.
destroyed it all in the second season by throwing in
Yeah.
like member berries.
Probably. Well,
I bet you he didn't have much say in that.
Yeah, probably.
But no, I thought The Mandalorian was fun.
Mm-hmm.
It was definitely more interesting than the last shit they've done.
Yeah.
What do you think this book's of Boba Fett's gonna be like?
Probably
It
exactly
looks
the
really
same.
boring.
Yeah,
I
I
reckon it'll
saw
be
there was a
exactly the same
trailer.
as
I
the
haven't
last
watched it though.
The trailer was very boring. I was like, wow, this is like a lot of nothing happening. I don't
Did
know.
look a lot sitting around, yeah.
Eric
Yeah,
is drawing
There's
a
a lot of
penis.
people just walking.
I'm not drawing penis.
Definitely wasn't much going on in the trailer, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's very strange.
I don't know. It'll be hard to beat the
Oh.
absolutely snoozeworthiness of Eternals trailer.
That is definitely a penis, Eric.
Yeah.
I mean,
What penis?
seriously, I
Does yours
damn
look
near
like
fell.
that? Oh, we know it
I
does.
damn near fell asleep watching the Eternals trailer.
I
It
thought
was-
that
Hey,
was
yeah.
like an ad for like a home improvement channel or something.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure what that was.
Hey Elrod, were you guys still doing Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe this month?
Tomorrow it starts, yeah.
Mm.
Got to do Liam Neeson for Christmas since we can't do Dean Cain. Or Dean Simber.
Why can't you do Dean Cain?
Oh, because someone's probably already claimed Dean Simber and he hasn't written any books. He never played a cartoon lion in a movie.
Oh, I see. That's fair enough. Well, the Chronicles
Yeah,
of
it's like-
Narnia are fun enough, but I always felt those were more kiddie.
Yeah.
They are. Yeah. The entire book. The books they're children's books.
You know,
Yeah, they were never meant to be anything else.
I mean, they're. I'll tell you something. They're absolutely fun to read. If you just want to be entertained, they're fun to read. And the way Lewis kind of breaks up the whole Narnia saga, even whether it's by design or just by happenstance, into various stories that cover various aspects, is really well done, as far as I'm concerned. And then the last one, I forget what it's called, The Last War, or the Last Battle, or something like that, is really rather dark. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's really rather dark.
It's really dark, actually.
I watched
Yeah.
the movies.
Right? You start reading it when you're 8 and you finish it when you're like 18, so it grows
Yeah.
with.
So, but the and the Wizards, I want to say the Wizards Apprentice or the Wizards Assistant, I forget which one that is. It's the first one that comes chronologically.
First one chronologically, the Wizard's Apprentice, I think.
Yeah, I think
The Magician's Nephew.
Magician's
That's it,
Nephew. That's it.
Magician's Nephew. I'm getting confused.
Yeah,
I just
that's
found that out that like now in the newer box sets they put that as book 1
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
I
they
got
do.
because
They-
it technically is, I guess.
they
Chronologically.
put out
Talks about the creation of Narnia, essentially.
Mm.
they put out a collection, I think, back in the mid 2000s, and I picked up that book, and it's got some of the illustrations in it, and yeah, that's another one that's a little on the dark side. It's a little bit more science fiction-y, but
It's
yeah,
quite
it's-
strange compared to
Yeah.
all the others.
the other ones. The other ones are really rather plain.
I've
I
only
wouldn't say
seen the
plain.
movies.
They're
I have
more-
no clue.
The books are fun to read.
I
light
read The Lion,
reads.
Witch, and the Wardrobe every year around Christmas time.
Oh, that's interesting.
Well, PBS did, like, back in the 80s, they did several TV movies, and that was my first experience with
Yeah,
Narnia
they
as
did
a
like all
child.
the books, right? For
They didn't
Bronze.
do all
all
of
of
them. No,
They
they,
did
went all
some.
the way up to, like, the Silver Chair, I believe.
Chair.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, I didn't have
Big
many
book.
books as a kid available to me. There were
Did not fit on the yacht?
well, I didn't have my yacht when I was a kid. But
He doesn't have books. The slaves have the books. They read them to him.
well, I had mainly what I had was my grandparents had a full Encyclopedia Britannica, and that's pretty much what I read.
Oh, the old-fashioned internet.
Yeah,
That
that's just what I had to
explains
read.
so much.
Does it? Those
Yeah,
old.
so my parents were very much against anything fantasy related. So when it comes to reading books, I snuck around and read a lot of the books that I read.
See, the thing is I believe I had autism. My
You've
son
had
has. My son.
You've cured it.
Well,
I see.
it's not really. I think you grow out of it, but my son has it. He's been diagnosed with Asperger's, and he and I share at his age. He and I share just a tremendous number of traits. And one of the problems that I had when I was younger was reading, because it's like I remember reading Lord of the Rings when I was younger, and I had a friend who was one of those gifted kids. He got me to reading it, and when I did read it, it was like he and I had read completely separate things. It's for some reason I pulled stuff out of there that didn't exist, and it had a lot to do with my ability to comprehend certain things. But when I read it later in life, I was able to kind of like absorb it all. So I had a real hard time when I was younger reading a lot of that stuff. But the funny thing is that I read around the same time I read Douglas Adams, the Hitchhiker trilogy, and I just burned through those books, and I just absorbed it all. Well, back then I absorbed it all, but
They're such an easy read.
Yeah, well, they're a decent read, but I mean, for some reason that just clicked with me. Whereas even now, I read Lord of the Rings, and that I absorbed all that at my later years. But for some reason, when I was that young, couldn't read it. I don't even know where I was going with all that.
I read Lord of the Rings by having an audiobook because I could barely read that book when I was first started it the first one, because I was 8, I think, 8 or 9. So I read along with an audiobook. That's how I read it.
No, that's a way to do it now. I think that for a younger reader, I know that I went to the library a lot but those aren't my books. But there was a thing that happened when I was a kid that I thought was really cool, and I wonder if it's still going on. They had RIF, Reading is Fundamental, and every year they would have a huge selection of books at the school, and you could pick one.
Yep.
Yeah, I wonder if they still do that.
My wife used to work in the libraries, and nowadays they do more or less book sales. They haven't had that around. She used to, like I said, she used to work in the elementary school libraries.
Right.
So she was into that.
I'm not sure what they do exactly now because my kids are homeschooled, but I know when my cousins were in school, there was a lot of incentive to read again. And as much as I hate the series Harry Potter, it got a lot of kids reading all over again. So.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I read those to my kids. Yeah, and my daughter ended up. She had both versions, but I know she went and bought herself a complete collection in Japanese as well. I think the Harry Potter books are fun. They're good. I mean, Rollins is a bit insufferable herself, but I think her books are written well.
Yeah, they're fine. I mean, they just weren't my thing.
Well, she seems pretty cool.
I know a lot of people that like. Yeah, her fans are more insufferable.
Her fans are god awful. She seems all right. So much that her fans hate her.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Her fans have turned on her.
Because she believes women are women and men are men or something like that. Some weird science theory.
Yeah, no, and bizarre modern thinking. Yeah, but yeah, no, the Harry Potter books. I read the entire series to my kids, and they enjoyed it. Did you read to your kids, Eric?
Can't read.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
That's what I draw, man.
I draw.
Sucks.
You think he writes his scripts? Come on.
That's fair. Yeah, that's fair. Let's take a look here. Armor on Piece. It's really, really good, but I can tell it's not finished to what he wanted it to be, though. That's too bad. Eric is doing effects, which he likes. Oh wow, you went and got all crazy with that, dude.
Thanks. I kind of like that.
You got to put it in the background.
Yep.
Yeah. What is it that's difficult about capturing Luffy?
It's his freaking head.
Is it?
I think it's just if you've not drawn it, it's just an unusual style, isn't it?
It's clearly Luffy, though. You even got the burn
Is
on
the head
his
a little
chest
better
there.
now?
It's clearly Luffy. Anybody would recognize it as Luffy.
All right, good then.
Nice boss, Luffy. I mean,
Adrian?
oh, yeah, it's. I mean, drawing him is a bit. I don't know why he's tricky. I mean, I guess it's the head. It depends if you're trying to draw in Oda's style or not. If you like, I just didn't do it in Oda's style. I just did it in my own.
Yeah, I think it's just the head. It's got a weird shape to it.
Yeah. Well, I know
All of his heads have weird shapes. Even for
it's a
manga.
weird art style. It's not my favorite for sure, but kind of Japanese art's not my favorite for these days. But one thing I will say about the One Piece, because I said I've seen many episodes because my kids were watching it. But Luffy's an idiot, and I wasn't really interested in the characters or the story at all. However, the fight scenes, the battle scenes, are pretty epic. I mean, they do a good job with that in the animation, I think. But Luffy is an absolute idiot. I mean, he's truly
Most of the
stupid.
time.
Huh?
What's wrong with him?
He's
He's
incredibly
just
clever.
dumb.
He's just a fool. He just likes to fuck around, basically.
He never takes anything
Yeah, I
serious.
mean,
All he
that's.
cares about is food.
But isn't that
Takes
the
him seriously
typical
when he gets
shonen?
serious.
Yeah, I guess it is.
That's the
yeah.
typical shonen character, though, right? Goku's kind of the same way. I mean,
Yeah,
Goku
he's exactly the same.
messes up all the time because he just wants to have a good fight. He could take out half of the bad guys most of the time, and because of it, he screws up a lot.
Yeah, no, he's literally retarded. Yes.
Yeah, he's retarded for sure.
So, Rod, you participating or no?
Yeah, of course. That's what I'm doing right now.
Oh,
my
we
camera
were
not on?
just enjoying your hairline, really.
Fantastic hairline, I might add.
Yeah.
You use mousse.
Oh, weird. Okay, I got to go back out and in again, I guess. If the camera's messed up.
Hmm.
I used to love wearing moose when I had hair.
Oh, right. Yeah. I still got hair.
No,
But...
I have a natural Lyle Lovettness to my hair.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
There you go. There you go. My hair definitely has an expiration date on it, though. Without question. I got the Bruce Willis thing going on.
Oh, you got the widow's peak.
Yeah. Which is fine. And I keep wanting to just shave it off. My wife demands that I not.
Do it. Just do it, man. Own it.
She said,
Just
I'm
did it years
terrifying.
ago.
I'm terrifying enough. That would make it much worse, she thinks.
Did your kids get into Hunter x Hunter?
My kids loved it, yeah, especially my son.
Hunter's great.
Yeah, I think
It gets dark.
the main character there, Gon, is like one of the few protags that isn't an idiot or portrayed as an idiot. Like he's pretty clever throughout the whole show.
That is true. He
There it is.
very childish, but yeah,
Yes,
He's a
childish,
child.
but he is a child.
it's true. Yeah.
I mean, that it's not. That's a dot darker than most normal shonen, though. I mean, when he gets to that ant saga and they start eating children.
Yeah, it's sure. It's pretty dark.
It
Big
I wouldn't
those
is.
say-
hearts out of the chest and shit.
I actually would say Hunter x Hunter is probably my son's second favorite anime. His first is
He's
Full
good.
Metal Alchemist, which I understand because that is freaking
That
good.
is very good, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's understandable. Yeah.
I wish you'd do that one day. But I won't do anime very often just because, not everyone likes anime.
Well, I haven't, because Jeff's in charge of the draw along. He's going to be sharing his screen and showing it to us. But I imagine Blue Moon is angry with us.
How do I
Yeah.
share my screen?
If Blue Moon wants to
Little
come
button down the
on,
bottom that
I'll
says
do
share your screen.
something. If he wants to come on
Whenever
the
you-
show, I will
You
specifically
really-
do Renner's
Do you really think it's that obvious, Chester?
So
Yes.
It's just a
For-
ploy.
for Christmas, are you guys gonna do some Rankin Bass stuff here?
We
I've never
should.
even heard of it.
We should.
Posted
Yes,
that thing and looked at
Like,
it and don't know what that is.
Your own versions of Rankin Bass characters?
It's Rankin Bass.
You
Rudolph
didn't
the
have that
Red-Nosed
growing up
Reindeer.
in Britain, dude?
The
I don't know
Xmas
the name.
Oh
And I
my
might
God.
know the characters, maybe. I don't know the names. I don't know the name of that specifically.
Like they made
Well.
Juice, New Jack City.
Yep.
And oh wait, no, that wasn't them. Like the Rudolph with the puppets,
Yeah.
the stop motion.
I thought you were going to say colors next.
Cool. No, that was a white man movie.
No, it's all the stop motion. Frosty the Snowman, Rudolph, the red-nosed reindeer.
All right, yeah.
the year
Yeah, I
without
know.
Santa.
I do know what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not my kind of thing, but sure.
That's why you make it
Lies.
your thing.
But
Lies.
look like
saying
making it
you
more
do-
horror. So I don't
Yeah,
watch
that's
Christmas
all I'm
movies.
saying,
Like I say,
you do your
Die
own
Hard's my
horror.
Christmas movie.
Then you've
You do
seen
your own
Peter
version.
Cottontail with Vincent Price
Oh, good
as
grief.
Iron Tail.
Do it more like Happy Tree Friends or something.
Oh God, no. Joshua, I know that
Do you
this
not
should
like
make
Happy
me
Tree Friends?
laugh, but I don't know why. He says, "I wonder if anyone will draw Kamala Khan as Luffy for the draw along." Why?
She's-
I get it.
Enlarges her
She's a stretch.
limbs.
Yeah.
Yeah, so my wife and my kid can't watch any of those stop motion movies
Why?
because it creeps them out for some reason.
Nightmares.
I mean,
I'll be back.
they are kind of eerie. They do have this weird eerie feel to them, but that's kind of why I like them.
Yeah.
Or watch something eerie. Make them watch Warship Down. That's a
Oh
freaking
my God.
eerie movie. That's what
yeah,
I
they'll
like
turn
with
them
it.
off.
That the point is, Rabbit, they don't like eerie stuff, so I can't make them watch that.
Oh, where there's a will,
It's got
there's a way.
buttons.
Exactly. Don't tell them it's creepy. Just get them to watch and go. Didn't know. It's not my fault you're having nightmares now.
Actually-
The same way every other
Yeah,
child
I
found that.
don't
movie.
really want my wife having nightmares because it's a bit of a pain for me.
I'd imagine, yeah. Although Watership Down, I read that was I mentioned Rift. That was one of the Rift books I got. I read that when I was little. Someone
Yeah,
did
I
not.
watched it when I was little.
Someone did not know what they were offering to children, though. Rabbit.
I don't know. I've been a kid since I was about 8 years old. I've been watching like super horror movies like Nightmare on Elm Street and stuff. So it doesn't really affect me.
Yeah, it was pretty harsh. Another book I got from Rift was The Black Cauldron. It wasn't called that. It was called.
I got the animated movie in that.
But yeah, it was. That's
Right,
what I mean. It's that, but it's not what the book was called. It was The Stag King or something like that. But
Yeah, I found out there's a whole series of those books.
yeah, they're pretty good, dude.
Chester, how much time we got?
None.
You serious?
Yeah, we're done. Yeah.
I'll go smoke.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Fine. But we are at the end of it, guys. Thank you very much for joining us for this One Piece draw along. And of course, the artists have put down some pretty cool stuff. Hopefully, you guys have been drawing along. And this is the Christmas month, so we'll do a couple little Christmas themed stuff. Rankin Bass is probably a great idea. What was the other one I said earlier, Rabbit? We definitely need to do?
I don't know.
Krampus.
No.
Chicken Run.
No. Not
How
helping.
the Grinch Stole Christmas.
Not
Well, you wanted
helping.
to do Dune, but that doesn't count because it's not Christmas.
Yeah.
Scrooge.
Dr.
Scrooge. I like the Bill Murray Scrooge.
Okay, what did I miss?
Nothing. We're at the end of the show. You guys can stop drawing now. I'm going to go
not
here and
done.
take a look at the art real quick. And I'm hoping that Jeff has created the straw poll.
You can hope.
If you haven't, you need to tell me because I need to go quickly create.
Oh, I made it. I made it.
Okay,
I
all
made
right,
it.
cool. All right, let's take a look here. What we got? Now, Amron was creating this character, so I have no idea what her name is, but I know her character. She's actually pretty cool.
Eco Robin.
Oh, is that her name?
Or
Robin.
Yeah.
But her abilities are, I would say, second to Luffy. I mean, she's pretty powerful, dude. What she can do with her ability is pretty impressive. And like I said, it's got the Japanese mentality, so they look at things different than the West do. And I like that because they show off powers that we've seen before, but in a very different way. I think her character is pretty cool. Of course, Amron has done his thing here, and she's sexy as usual. She's cheating by covering the nipples, though. I don't like that. But of course,
I
Amron's
think he
great.
just didn't draw them.
He didn't get to him yet. No, maybe.
It's not covering them.
Yeah. But she's
Definitely
she's
not covered.
ample bosomed. That's for sure. I'm sure. But it looks great. Thank you very much, Amron. Jeff, do you have a critique of Amron's Robin here?
No, I think it's fantastic. That's the critique. It's fantastic.
There you go. Sweet. And Jeff has dropped the straw poll, guys. So go over there and vote. Keep in mind, you don't have to download anything to use those things, right?
No.
Next, we have Eric
Don't?
Hawkins. And
Yeah. I will say you can't use it on a VPN for some reason. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. But Eric here has himself a Luffy, who is the main character of One Piece. I would be correct in saying that Luffy's the main character, right? Yeah. Okay.
Sounds about right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the whole crew is technically, but yeah.
But he's the one that always has to, face the bad guy in the end. But like I said, he's a wacky, goofy Shonen Jump character, and these guys are correct. They're always kind of the same. But the one thing that I can say very positive about Luffy, though, is in the big battle scenes, it's very cool what they do with his powers. It is neat. It's clever.
Definitely take a power that's kind of weak, like a stretching power, and really step it up.
They do, yeah. And it's kind of a little discouraging because I've never seen Western comic book creators who have access to this superpower, of course, are the ones that created it, I would say. But they don't do it justice, dude. This show does.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah.
Not even close.
Yeah, it's pretty badass what Luffy does actually. So awesome, Jeff. What do you think?
Not as naked as the last one,
No, it's true. Almost
and a little on the flat-chested side.
a little bit. Yeah. It's
I think
actually
Could
Yeah.
have drawn him naked.
He's got a burnt X in his chest, which I forget why he has that.
Probably because
It
something
gets-
burned it there.
Destroyed
But that's
when Ace
just a
dies,
guess.
yeah.
I didn't hear any of
I'm
that.
all right, I know the story.
Great
but-
attitude.
Okay.
Right.
But if you guys like what Amron and Eric have done, please vote for them in Jeff's straw poll, which I have no clue if it'll work or not. We had Elrod dropped in today. Hey, Elrod. He's got himself, I got your One Piece baby.
I got your One Piece, baby.
Is that,
It's the great Greek actor Telly Savalas,
it is Telly Savalas.
aka Kojak.
Kojak. So what does Kojak have to do with One Piece? Just curious.
He hates hookers. Oh,
that's-
he was mama's pie, pure and innocent, but she was a hooker.
Yeah. I actually watched a
Who
documentary.
loves you,
on-
baby?
Who Loves You, Baby. I watched a documentary on Telly Savalas. It's pretty interesting, his career, actually. But all right. Well, there's that, Jeff.
Yeah, it's very good.
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
Very, very phallic.
And
Yeah,
Telly doesn't get the love he deserves. So let's be fair. He doesn't.
Telly Savalas actually was a good actor.
He was a good actor. He was a very good actor. But if you haven't seen Kojak, go watch it. It's a really good, crime procedural. It's fun.
Or Kelly's
Is that-
Heroes.
That's
has
what I was
absolutely
thinking.
nothing
Kelly's
to do
Heroes.
with the
Mhm.
theme today, but
Heroes.
No, but that's okay.
Hey, Kelly.
That's okay.
I couldn't draw like Top Gun gay. I can only do Hobbit gay. That's as far as I can go.
Fair enough. Fair enough. And then, of course, last but not least, guys, we have Rabbit, and this is not Luffy. I've seen this guy, but I don't know his name.
Falgalore.
What's his name?
Falgalore.
Say that again.
It's Law. It's just called Law. I'll just say it. He's one of the other pirate captains.
Okay. And okay, but I have seen him before, so he's certainly a one of the reoccurring characters.
He's one of the main characters.
Yeah. So not in season 1 though. He's late. It must be later.
Yeah, he is later on. Yeah.
But there you go. What's his power?
He can move things, objects, by exchanging them with other objects. Like he takes someone's heart out if he wants to and stuff like that. It's like surgery. He's like a surgeon, but he can also teleport people. It's hard to explain.
Well, that's a bit OP.
He uses it in very, very weird. It can be sometimes, yeah, but it's not like they're all like gnarly, but they're all not like as gnarly as the. Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to ruin it for people that haven't watched where it is now because it's like rich.
Wow,
like,
I mean, you got
in
1,000
the thick
episodes
of like
to get up on.
fighting. These are like captains, right? But they're like literally fighting the emperors of the sea at the minute, which are like stupid. So
Yeah,
they're
no,
not even the toughest people in it.
who was the guy who had like the pink jacket and could fly? I mean, that guy was way OP.
Don Flamingo.
Yeah,
Yeah, he was vicious. Yeah,
crazy
that
OP.
was a tough fight. Luffy fought him, and he almost lost. You know, he didn't
he
like
always almost
overpower
loses.
him.
Yeah.
Oh, well, kind of to a point.
That guy was almost like serial killer-esque.
Yeah, he was.
He was
Yeah,
pretty
he was a
horrible.
nasty person.
Nasty thing. And gay as you could possibly be. Yes. So there you go. Anyway.
Sounds pretty standard for a shonen villain.
Yeah, right. JoJo's Bizarre Adventures indeed. But here we go. Because Armoron, we got Eric, we have Elrod and his Telly Savalas love, and of course Rabbit's Heart Stealer. So Jeff has already thrown out the straw poll. You guys get over there and take a look at it and choose which one you'd like to send over to Torture Mike. Please choose wisely. But beyond that, we're going to go over here and take a look at the draw along. Jeff, how's it looking?
Okay, well, I've popped up my share screen.
It did.
We've got Zero to Comic here.
Well, hold on a second. Okay.
Not quite done, and she's missing a head.
I think she's just leaning back. That's her chin there.
Yeah. Or he just chopped her off at the chin. I mean, it's possible.
It's possible.
It's very nice.
Yeah, I think she
Good
just
line
kind
art.
of had it back there. It is very nice. Who's that from again?
No, the victim of the
Zero to
Brooklyn
Comic.
Decapitator.
Very nice.
John Chedester. Chedester?
Oh, okay. All right.
Then here's Rosa's.
Oh, it's that stupid reindeer thing.
Yeah.
That's what I was gonna do.
He can transform into 3 shapes. This shape, an actual reindeer, and then a muscle-bound reindeer version of this little thing.
You can change it to a lot more than that.
Can he?
Now, anyway.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some kind of
So we already know
monstrosity
you
as
don't know
well.
anything about the show. Come on.
Dude, it is the character you want to die for sure. That's the character. you
He's
want to die.
fantastic character.
He's
I don't know what you're on
sickly sweet.
Yeah, Chester.
Cute. Kill it.
Jester's full of hate.
And Mr. Miracle gave us 2.
Adrian, all right.
I have no idea who that is, but he's got
The pirate?
a sword in his mouth.
That's
Pirate.
Zorro.
Pirate.
It'd be Zorro.
Zorro.
Zorro, the fox.
I like that. That's good. And then this guy who's jumping, and I have
Luffy.
no idea who that is. Luffy. I knew that. I did know that.
Okay, fair enough.
It's just it's testing you. And
that is kind of typical Luffy. He's kind of always acting like an idiot, so that's perfect.
So,
Yeah.
And that's all we got.
No, it's not. You have to go
Oh,
over
no,
to
the twist is-
hashtag
hang on, let me
DNQFE
check.
on Twitter, sir.
Ugh. Gotta hang on. Hang on, let me share my.
Got a product. Oh no.
Oh, what happened? You went
Wait a
away?
minute. Wait a minute.
Yeah, we've got
Hang on, let me get
one
DNQFE.
more.
I gotta share. Hang on.
He's sharing.
I'm sharing.
Is caring. That's true. But thank you guys very much for drawing along, though. That's it's always cool to see what you guys come up with. Who was that lady that had her head back there, Rabbit? Which
Oh, a
character?
Hancock.
And
Oh, a Hancock.
and what is her hand and Cox doing?
Basically, she looks down on people so much you can't really see her head. That you know what I mean? It's that like stupid.
Oh wow, okay, all right.
She's just looking down on people.
There is nothing on DNQFE.
Go to
Wait a
latest.
second,
Click on the latest.
latest.
Was
on the
there's,
latest
there is
button.
one.
Okay, I see
latest,
that.
yeah.
I knew that. I did know that. Why is that coming up? Oh,
Well, So we just
it's,
looks like there's just the one. Come down to Jason
There's
Gonzalez.
a one extra one, yeah.
And he's got himself
Oh,
a
Blue
Luffy as
Moon
well.
didn't even participate.
Well, he hates anime, dude, with like passion.
He said, "Screw you guys."
Didn't get to
screw you
finish it,
guys.
but
I'm
it's
going.
definitely Luffy for sure.
I like
What-
it.
Yeah, no, it's cool.
Very
What is he
fucking-
holding in his hand there, Rabbit?
It looks like a sword.
Does he use
Could
sword?
be a sword. He uses whatever at the time. Yeah, maybe.
Often
got a
I
sword
see
at the
him
minute.
using
Is
large
it-
hunks of cow legs.
Normally he's eating them. I mean, normally he just uses his fists and his feet, doesn't he, to fight?
Mhm.
It's just a
There's
brawler.
Blade here.
Yeah,
Down
no, I
here,
see it.
and
Yeah,
then
yeah,
that's-
yeah. He's got to cut somebody up. All right, thank you very much, Jason. All righty then. Well, awesome. I do appreciate you guys coming and being part of it. And let's come over here, and I got to vote for myself here and see and figure out. Oh no, what am I doing? That's not what I wanted to do. I want to do this. All right. So let me get over here and vote, and let me see here. Oh, you used the good one too. Nice. So we have Armoron. Sorry, Chester, you're boring me, so I gotta go. I gotta bolt. Oh, thank you. Eric Strange, Forehead Hawkins. Fair enough. Fair enough. One Doomed Dune Sucks Rabbit. Okay. And El Rodimus, I'll blame the camera flash. Fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough. El Rodimus is a good name, though. Is that the one you were born with?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Not the mus part. That mainly came after Transformers with Hot Rod.
Oh,
Rodimus Prime.
I get it. I get it. So El
You, Chester,
Rod.
do you get it?
I do get it. I
Okay.
do. I understand. I was a Transformer kid, kind of.
Oh,
Yeah. Well, let's see. Who am I going to pick today? Well, it's pretty easy, actually. So, all right. Voted. All righty. So let's come over here and see the results. Oh, wow. Eric is just kind of stomping it lately, man. Good for you,
What?
dude.
Because he rules.
Now,
oh, cool.
now, have you gone over there to Mike and beat him recently?
Yes.
Yeah, just the week
Mhm.
before last.
Oh, God. Goodness
Yeah,
gracious.
I was on last week.
What did you beat him drawing?
Hawkeye.
Hawkeye. You didn't draw the lady one, did you?
No, I drew classic Hawkeye.
Oh,
I've
that's-
already
Alan
sent it
Alda.
out to the winner of the print.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I like that aspect of them doing that. I don't want to put financial burden on you guys, so we don't do it here. But that is cool.
Almost
Well,
everyone
we can
there
always
is in
send
America,
out
aren't
the
they? So
digital.
it's easier. Yeah, you can send the digital
We
print.
could,
Or a
but-
digital file, I suppose.
We just didn't do it because I don't see any need to put financial burden on you. I mean, it's simple. But you guys usually are digital, aren't you? But anyway, let's get to it here. It looks like our non-winners are Elrod, Rabbit, and Amaran. And Amaran only got a vote. I mean, where's the love, guys? Where is the love? Okay. But Eric wins again with his very cool piece, though. So Eric, clap. Oh, that is a nice Hawkeye, dude. Look at that. That is good.
Yeah.
But claps for Eric. Claps for
Ooh,
Eric.
thanks,
Very,
guys.
very
I
nice.
appreciate it. Go beat Mike again.
Let me see the color layer back on it again, real quick.
It's in the Pro Slayer.
Yeah, no, that's a very nice Hawkeye. I get why people voted for you, dude. He's using the old compound bow too, huh?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep.
You didn't give him like a classic longbow, huh?
That's the kind of Hawkeye you take to Fisherman's Wharf.
Oh. Ooh. All right. Well, thank you all very much for coming in today. What are we doing next week, Rabbit?
I don't know, dear.
That was great. That was very helpful.
I ain't got a clue. I didn't have a clue this week, so ideas, and then we'll do one. Something Christmas. Choose something Christmas-y, I guess. It's December.
Skyrim Christmas edition.
What?
Christmas
Skyrim.
presents.
I said Skyrim Christmas
Yeah, that's what
edition.
I thought you said. Skyrim Christmas edition.
Oh yeah.
I don't know.
It's the 10th anniversary. Did you know?
I almost did Nightmare Before Christmas today, but I don't know what with Christmas ones we've done. I don't know what people are interested in.
It's Skyrim's 10th anniversary.
We do that.
We could
recently.
do Chinooka. That's a holiday.
I think it's 10th anniversary.
That's usually pronounced Hanukkah, but I get you.
It's spelled Chinooka, buddy. Learn
It is.
English.
That is true.
And then there's Kwanzaa.
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 Yeah.
I think that's a Japanese holiday, right?
Yeah, I believe so, but they kind of copied some of the Hanukkah.
Kwanzaa.
So, so Hanukkah, Kwanzaa. No, I think, why don't we do the Skyrim Christmas edition? That might be fun.
Didn't we do Skyrim recently? I'm sure we did.
Did we?
10th anniversary.
Let me check, but I'm sure we did. Sure we did. We can't do it again.
I mean, they did.
We're not.
They released the game again.
Yeah, but I'm sure we did it for the 10th.
Of course they
anniversary,
did.
Didn't we?
Yeah. The money. Yeah.
Maybe I'm wrong. We did Kingdom Hearts 6. Yeah, there we go. Skyrim.
Yeah,
Skyrim for the 10th anniversary edition. We've done it.
We did. Really?
No, I'm not doing it
Yes,
again.
but it's actually the 10th anniversary now.
Oh,
I see.
I wish they'd delete that game from history. They updated it and all my mods broke, so I had to uninstall it. I just couldn't be bothered with the game anymore at that point.
I heard it's pretty bad.
They break everything. They don't. They
broke
release a proper
everything.
Game. You have to mod it to fix it. So.
what I
Oh,
heard.
hang on. Why don't we do Lion Witch in the Wardrobe, seeing that Edwin is going to be reading that.
Oh,
And
I
then
like that.
Elrock can come on and draw.
yeah,
Good.
that's
That's
not
a good
bad
idea. I like that idea.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of the story, but
Yeah,
there's some cool things to
snap.
draw from it.
As long as we
Very
all don't
snap.
do Mr. Tumnus, because that's embarrassing.
Which is I don't know who that is.
But there's a variety. There's a variety there. You can do minotaurs. You can do
Satyrs.
dwarves. You can do
Any old fancy thing. But isn't it just
Yeah.
fancy for kids? That's what it is, isn't it?
Any like Greek fantasy,
Yeah,
right?
Is it
There's a
Greek?
variety of annoying little children.
there's
I remember this kid
dwarves.
being a lion. That's right. And I've never read it, and I don't remember. I've
There's
never watched
wolves.
Movies, so.
Beavers.
Yeah, if people want to do
Otter.
that, I don't mind doing that. Is it called Narnia or is it called Lion the Witch? What's it actually called? Is there
Lion Witch in the Wardrobe.
Just that's the whole arcing name.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a pretty kick-ass movie too.
And everybody cannot draw Aslan. Okay?
I don't know who any of
Is
these
that the one with
characters
It'd
the
be
are.
boring
This is like
to
you
draw
and One
him.
Piece. I ain't got a
Oh,
clue.
James McAvoy.
It's Liam
If you're
Neeson.
drawing Aslan, then you're just drawing a lion. That'd be boring.
No, I thought that there is a line I could do. I'm good at drawing animals. Maybe I'll do something like that.
Centaurs. That's another one that's in
Oh
there.
yeah.
Mhm.
That's true. That's true.
So
Pretty
You have-
Boy
you have
Prince
a-
Pirates. You can do them.
you have a
Oh,
plethora.
there's also like griffins and stuff too.
That's
Oh,
true.
Griffins.
Okay, so there's some cool creatures in it. That's awesome.
a
Oh, yeah.
plethora
Yeah,
of
it sounds like there's a lot of
mythological creatures.
variety.
Alan
You
says
wanna do
any
that?
excuse to draw a beaver. Fair enough.
All right, we'll do
Mhm.
that
Yeah.
next week then. Is it
Ron
Christmas
will be
at all?
happy.
I think.
Well,
I
Santa
agree.
Claus is in it. Oh yes, it's Christmassy.
Father Christmas.
Okay.
Your
I
children,
Well-
take your swords.
You know, I think Joshua was right. We should just call it Narnia and allow it to be able to draw any of the books. You
I
know,
like
Okay,
that
that's
idea.
cool.
Just do Narnia.
there is
Just gonna do the
something
wardrobe.
for Christmas that we could do, and that would be the Hogfather.
What?
I'm sorry.
Yeah, Terry
No one
Pratchett.
Fred-
That's fun
Terry
stuff.
Pratchett's awesome, dude.
I know. I know it. I know that.
But I just drew that, so
Aw.
I
But,
just drew Trollbridge.
We done Gremlins.
Yeah,
That's
Trowbridge,
what we've
yeah.
done Gremlins. We must have
but
done that already.
Terry
Very
Pratchett we
nice.
haven't done before, but we should because he's awesome.
Mhm.
But anyway, we're doing Narnia next week. That should be fun, actually. I think it's a good idea. So thank you all for coming in and joining us. Do keep in mind that we'll be back for Night Owls, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the Sunday. So come back for that. We always kind of just talk about the comedic entertainment of the movies and such.
Aren't
So
you going to select the winner of the draw along?
no, not today.
Oh?
Not today.
Sure.
I'm sure. Well, you.
In other
pick
words,
one.
we all suck.
Yeah,
One doomed rabbit.
Wow, man. That's harsh.
yeah. Adrian
Justin,
wins.
Come on.
There you go. But
Why,
anyway,
thank you. Thank you.
mainly I'm
He's
just
here
trying to
to
wrap up
accept his
because
gravity.
I have to run is what I'm trying to do, Jeff. But
okay.
anyway, thank you all very much. Anybody have any closing comments or things they would like to say? No. All righty. We'll see.
Colin, Chester.
We don't dare. You've got to run.
I do. I'm very busy today.
He's got the runs.
But that would,
Music.
yeah, that would be a pain in the ass. Anyway, all right, guys. We'll talk to you later. Thank you very much for coming in, and bye.
Bye. We still not supposed to talk?
I don't think we're supposed
No, I
to.
don't think anyone.
Where's JD today? This is like his kind of show.
Kidding.
He bowed out.
Ah, we should have done his thing. He launched his